There's a big fat one, a skinny one, and a medium-sized one.
I love Formula Drift.
No stranger to drifting, no stranger to competition.
That guy stole my freaking ratchet wrench. I see that. That's mine.
He rejects your reality and inserted his own.
This is a stimulator, right?
Pilot.
The pole petition.
Matt Shulman is still on top with the 69.
Gotcha! Grip this.
Gentlemen, I declare malarkey.
Straight killing the game, making fools miss.
This is a horrible experiment.
What? What's happening?
Oh, that was funny. That sounds
You
funny.
didn't see that? Oh, God. That's bad.
Yeah, we
I'm
should-
completely clueless as to what it
Yeah,
is, but it doesn't
okay.
matter.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
too
I'm
bad.
sure it's not safe for work.
It was totally ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right. So, welcome everyone. We're back from Holly's Ellis Fest East over at Bowling Green, Kentucky. And we're still kind of recovering from all the mayhem and shenanigans that took place.
Yeah.
So, kind of just to start things off, everybody here had a bit of a, I want to say bit, but everybody had a different experience getting to Bowling Green.
Yes.
So, how,
I mean, we all got here the same way. Oh, you
Why?
didn't.
No,
Yeah.
all three of us had a different experience.
I guess.
He drove
Yeah.
with Diana.
You drove
You
and
flew
drove.
with
I just
Gabby.
flew the whole way with my
your
apprentice,
with your apprentice. And I
my young Padawan.
yes,
Uh-huh.
young Padawan. And I flew over with
You
my
drove.
wife.
You drove, then flew.
I drove then flew. Yeah, I drove to Savannah, dropped my daughter off in college, and then me and my wife flew from Savannah to Nashville. And then they picked us up and took us to a schnazzy dining spot.
was it?
Schnazzy. The Atrium?
I was
it
upset.
Atrium?
I was angry.
You were angry?
Yeah, I was angry because I could have found a better dinner spot, and he took me to a freaking food hall.
Food hall.
Basically,
it wasn't
took
bad. I
he
think
took
it was
to he basically took me to a mall food court.
You know how they have like the food courts where everybody kind of has there's different. It's food court.
It was a food
It's
court.
food court.
It was a freaking
Yeah,
food court.
I'm sort of thinking. I was like, no, it was
No,
literally like
freaking-
a mall food
yeah,
court.
a mall food
just
court.
with better quality.
Yeah.
a little bit better. And
I said,
no,
are you serious?
yeah.
I'm gonna slap. I wouldn't slap him. I said, out of all the places, this is where you wanted to come.
I mean, it wasn't bad. I liked my food.
That was yeah. It was. Yeah.
We got pizza.
We could have got better. We could have sat down. and-
Well, you had all day.
I was trusting him. That little.
Like standing room only?
No, they have
No,
like
but you just like everybody went off. Like this is a big space, and everybody went off to get their own food. We had to find each other after, and it was like this is not a good dining experience.
yeah, it's food court.
This is a freaking food court for like $50. $50 food
Yeah, it
court.
was an expensive food court.
Yeah, exactly. And you don't get refills.
Yeah, yeah, you did.
No,
There's refills.
I didn't get refills.
Well, I just walked up and got some.
Okay, well you cheated the system. I guess.
Cheated the system.
Anyways,
I cheated the system at LS Fest too.
oh, you did.
Yeah.
You got free tea.
It wasn't free. I
You
paid
got-
for the initial investment.
Yeah, you were supposed to pay for the refills.
The line was too long. The live stream was getting ready to start.
Yeah, there were so
And-
many people there.
People were just walking up and refilling their stuff. I'm like, I'm gonna be just like everybody else,
Yeah, why not?
But what can you
Free
do?
refills.
Yeah, yeah. So that was our different experiences. How was the drive?
Oh, thank you for asking. The drive was,
How long
some
was
may
the drive?
say it was dreadful. Others may say was maybe perhaps a test of human endurance. But
You drove
Wow.
straight through.
for the most part, yeah, I pretty much drove straight through. I stopped by every Buc-ee's that I could along the way. So there was.
Do you have like?
Two.
Is there like a Buc-ee's like? You know
Trail.
when you go to national
Like a Buc-ee
parks
trail?
and there's
Right.
a Buc-ee or there's like a national park guide and you get stamps.
Like
They
Bucky
should have like a
stamps.
Bucky's guide
should.
where you just every Bucky's you go to, you get a stamp. You know, Bucky's Texas,
Well,
Bucky's Daytona.
What I found funny is that if you look at like if you're about to exit the Buc-ee's, there's a display, a TV that basically tells you how far is the next Buc-ee's along the route that you're traveling through. Which I was
So-
like, wow, that's pretty cool.
So there's 2 Bucky's in Florida. So how many Bucky's did you hit? Did you hit the both ones in Florida because they're so
no.
close?
I missed Daytona and St. Augustine because I had stopped by a Costco to fill up. So I had enough gas to get me all the way through Georgia, and then got the 2 in Georgia, and then that took me the rest of the way.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, but I made I guess gross miscalculation on my departure time because
Yep.
I should have left a lot earlier than what I did, and I ended up leaving at about what was it again? I think it was about like 4:00 in the afternoon. I think. Yeah,
Yes.
I forget.
4:00 in the afternoon to get there
To drive,
He left
here.
South Florida at 4:00 in the afternoon.
Oh God,
give or take. Yeah, I don't remember. I know that it was
that's
just
a bad idea.
yeah, it was pretty bad. Either that or it was just like 10 or 11. I
And
forget.
you drove all the way through.
I drove for the most part, yeah, all the way through. The only time I stopped to really knock out was
You
in
knew it was like
Kentucky.
14-hour drive, right?
so
In
as soon as I crossed into Kentucky from Tennessee, there's a welcome center. I pulled over there and I was just like, I'm gonna take a 2-hour nap, a power nap,
Yeah, that's
Power
powered up. Yeah.
and then go from there. And that's pretty much how that rolled.
What was your favorite portion? The first half or the second half?
the Florida half sucks.
Florida half sucks.
Yeah, of course. I mean, at this point, if any native to Florida just hates just
Getting out of
driving out of Florida because it's just the same scenery and the same
For
kind of.
miles and
Although, hang on. Damn it! I should have transferred a photo of this. I saw perhaps one of the best things in a long time.
What?
Over by Daytona Beach. As I'm driving up I-95 in the middle of like some pretty bad weather,
Yep.
it was raining. It was visibility was pretty low. I see this Prius, this third generation
Oh,
Prius
yeah, I
being
saw
towed, and I was just like, "Huh, all right, whatever." I didn't think much about it.
Yeah.
I was changing lanes, trying to get around, and then as I was starting to accelerate to get past it, I realized that there was a previous generation Prius towing the
another
newer
Prius,
generation
yeah.
Prius, and just my mind just exploded right then and there. I immediately just slowed down, and I was just like, "I got to take photos of this. I got to document this because." How
does
often
this?
do you see
Prius towing
a
a Prius?
Prius towing a Prius? And
Prius
not only
towing
that,
anything.
it's a 1.5 liter, 100 like roughly 100 horsepower Prius
Pulling another.
that weighs about like 3,000 pounds, like curve weight, pulling another Prius.
It must take them a while to get up to speed.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I think they were like going at about like 60 miles per hour or something like that.
Yeah.
Probably.
But
Yeah.
I mean,
Serving gas.
it's just that was my other question. I wish I could have like gotten their attention, roll down the window, and ask them what kind of impetus are you getting?
Yeah.
What miles per gallon are you getting, buddy?
Yes, trying to ask the impertinent questions.
It's doubling.
Interesting.
Double the miles a
I mean,
gallon.
what would compel somebody to do that?
Like you tell me.
I don't know them.
You drive a Prius.
I know.
What would compel a Prius driver?
What would make you
tow a
think
Prius?
as a Prius driver that you could tow anything?
I could tow them.
Exactly.
Like you would think it'd be, you had to have a hard enough time in towing a bag full of groceries. I wouldn't even think
Maybe a
about
jet ski or something.
and a Prius.
Yeah,
I don't know.
maybe a jet ski. I could probably see that. But
Do they actually make a tow hook? I mean, they must. I mean, they must. They have.
figure-
yeah, I've seen tow hooks before, and I've seen people utilize. They get like a little tiny trailer
Right.
where they store like extra like tools or something
Whatever it
whatever,
is,
nothing crazy, right? But to tow another car with it, well, you're really pushing the limits and the boundaries of what that car is capable of.
It's impressive.
Yeah, very much so. I was very impressed.
Impressive or
Yeah,
So that was in the in Florida. Or was
yeah,
it-
in Daytona Beach.
makes sense.
Out of all of the places, I was just like, what is happening
Well,
here?
he couldn't be doing that in Georgia or Tennessee.
Yeah, they pulled
You think
over.
so?
Up the hills?
Yeah.
Up the-
Oh,
yeah.
oh, wow, yeah. Can you
Yeah.
imagine that?
Nah, I would not want to imagine it.
That's,
because
Stop yawning, man.
What?
You keep yawning every time you yawn. I yawn. I'm just like every time you yawn.
It's like a yawn.
Oh man, I'm sorry I cut you off.
It's all right.
He's
no
making me
worries about
tired.
it. Yeah. I mean, I just
got no
remembering
coffee.
like just getting into Tennessee. You get into Tennessee, and there's like a stretch of road that basically it's like I forget it. It's like a major degree of decline or incline, depending on the angle or direction that you're going. So the downhill, I'm sure it's great, but just going back uphill, it's just that thing is gonna struggle.
Yeah, well,
I don't know.
you should have reached out to him.
Yeah, I should have. I mean, I really wanted to, but it didn't work
I
out.
wonder if you could like
Yeah.
make like a Prius train. Just have Priuses and Priuses and Priuses.
It'd be
Just
like,
like a
the
slinky
Prius.
dog.
What do they call it? Centipede.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
Prius Centipede.
Yeah.
It'd be pretty cool.
Could be.
You want to tow them backwards so that way you can use the front wheel drive, right? This is
Oh,
just
you can
kinda-
link them all together.
yeah,
you can do
just-
some
yeah.
mad engineering
Yeah.
and like.
Or like the Geo Metro, get 2 Priuses.
Ah, there
Ah,
you go.
I didn't even think about that. Oh, that's what we wanted to do. So, part of LS Fest that I think we really realized that we wanted to possibly get into was a burnout car.
I've been thinking about this. Like,
Okay.
I think we should get like an Astro van,
Okay.
and you got to get some blower housings, right? And you got to make like a round tube in the back with a hole cut out in the top.
Okay.
And then you get LEDs that line, like really bright LEDs, right? That line around the circle at the top, right? Because so you have the exhaust coming up here, but then you have the fans creating this vortex. So as you're doing a burnout, it's going to create this smoke tornado coming out, and then you turn the
tornado.
LEDs on, and it glows all this. I'm telling you, I've been thinking about this. How sick would that be?
Why don't you just get a transfer case and power everything with a transfer case?
What do you mean?
So the same thing that's
No,
spinning.
you get some blower. You got to make like this cone or something, and you got a couple like I don't know, 1,500, 1,600 CFM blowers.
Can
and
I-
You
it's
have them
not
spinning.
It's not going to make them.
Can I add
Yes,
some
it
context
will.
to this?
Absolutely will.
Because
Have you ever seen people do like get a campfire and they just get regular fans, like box fans, and they create a circle, and all of a sudden you start to see the campfire turn into a fire tornado? You ever seen that?
That's fire because there's
It's
uplift
smoke.
from the.
Right. So the smoke, the
It's not the
whole back
same.
of the bed is the whole back is open. So as the tires are burning, the tires are open to the back of the van, which is sealed off from the cabin, and you have oxygen, by the way, so you can breathe.
yeah.
And all that smoke gets whisked up into this massive smoke tornado.
Why don't we just use like turbos?
Why would you do that?
Because that'd be cool.
You can still have turbos.
No, but use the turbos to blow the air.
Well, they
around.
won't. People won't know. No, because then you have to. No, you need the fans. You need help. You need to help cyclone it.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you well, no. This, what do you mean? I don't understand. Why
a
would you use
gigantic
turbos?
turbo.
Well, that's what a blower housing looks like. Is like a turbo.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like an axial fan, like an actual I get like an exhaust fan from like a utility fan.
Yeah. Well, so but the thing is you got to blow them at an angle opposite, so it creates that vortex.
Yeah, I got two centrifugal fans.
Right, and you have a round
Yeah.
barrel, and you face one this angle, like at an angle up, and this one at an angle up, and it creates that vortex. It doesn't matter what you're using, and as you're ripping those tires and you shred them, and smoke's building up inside the back of the truck, that vortex is just sucking it. Just
And you
It'd
think,
be different.
You think a tornado would be cool?
well, yeah, I think people would think about it. Everybody does the burnout and just goes out the side and creates a big smoke. But if you can focus it and make it at least
I think it'd be
start.
better to kick it out both sides and just like.
No, that's where that's nothing. A tornado. I want to see a tire smoke tornado.
Tire smoke tornado.
And then you have these bright LEDs that shoot up and then it glows and it
Maybe
turns into
just
this
like
red cloud.
a laser.
Yeah, like a laser
show.
show. I'm telling you. And then you have like speakers on the side, so you start playing music. I'm telling you, opportunities. And you throw an LS in it.
Can I add some context to
Okay.
this?
Sure.
Because
Oh, we kind of went on a tangent.
yeah, but
Well, whatever.
so we're kind of skipping forward a little bit, but after the drift challenge was done on Saturday, we kind of stuck around to check out the burnout competition.
Yeah.
We're fascinated by not only the
How
builds
lackluster. Okay.
not all of them were
No,
lackluster,
not awesome. No.
right? But
No,
we
the
were
first one was
fascinated by the builds, but also the performance, and it just kind of got our
Creative juice is flowing.
yeah, exactly. Of trying to figure out, like, well, how could we do better in this? And so that's where Tim has this idea for a
Tornado.
vortex.
tire smoke tornado
Yeah, burnout truck, van.
that creates a tire smoke tornado.
We call it Twister. Why not?
What about having those fans just blowing
what I
towards
said.
the crowd?
That's what I said.
Why would you want to do that? That's like just blowing it at the crowd. That's boring.
What do you mean that's boring?
It's boring. You just blow it at the crowd in their
You're
face.
enhancing the
No, hey,
experience for
this?
them.
How about this? You mount like the fan on like a turret gun, and there's a guy strapped into the back of the truck.
And you can
aims
focus
the tire.
the smoke, and you can just
yeah,
that'd be
focus the
pretty
smoke.
cool.
Get
That'd be
Gaggy
pretty
to do
cool.
it.
Yeah, yeah. And
it
this
just-
guy's doing a burnout. And he's strapped in.
And he just blows the smoke everywhere.
Yeah, he's
That'd be pretty cool
shooting
too.
smoke
That
everywhere.
is a great idea.
I still like
Yeah.
my smoke tornado. I envision it, and then
I don't think it's going to work though.
I will. It'll work.
Okay.
That's why you need those high velocity fans to create that suction.
Yeah, but the box will stop it from.
No, it's going to. The box will be completely.
Oh, you're
open.
talking about making it like a cone shape,
right, and the bottom is completely open. Like you basically cut the whole back of the bottom of the truck is open.
No, I'm
and then you
saying
just put a
no, you
firewall
make
behind.
you make it the conical. You make
Right.
it conical, so
Right.
that way it sucks from the tires, and then it's
Exactly.
spinning around, and it goes up, and then
Right,
that's a lot of work.
but it can be done.
It's a pointless car after that.
No, because
it's-
look how many people love the burnout competitions.
I
We can
guess.
do a burnout session.
Go around.
We
just
can do
do
burnout sessions.
burnout sessions.
Instead of drift
Do a
sessions,
lot
do
better.
burnout sessions.
Do a lot better that way.
Yeah, probably get more
Yeah.
people watching us.
Yeah.
If we, especially if we like recorded the build.
Built.
I'm telling you, people are like,
Here's some centrifugal fans. and-
yes.
I'm saying that's why you power it with a transfer case because you're really spinning fast. You get spinning really fast, and then you get
So I'm actually just talking about a massive fan blade
yeah.
instead of
Yeah.
doing this. But
Yeah,
that's
that's
just gonna blow. I want it to. I
It'll
want to create a
spin.
vortex.
It will.
No, it won't.
Yeah, it will.
No, I don't think it would.
I think it will. I think it would. I would try that first.
No, I wouldn't. I try the other ones because cheaper. Oh, look, you got the picture
Oh,
up.
there we go.
There you go.
Prius, Tony Prius.
I didn't realize there were two different gens. Oh yeah, look
They're
at
the
that.
same color too.
Yeah, they are the
Yeah.
same color. But I didn't notice how many different body lines the new ones has, and the old one was just like a box.
So it's a newer one towing an older one, or old one
No,
towing.
older one towing a newer one.
Which is the one that you have? The one in the front.
The one in the front, yeah.
He's got two.
The
of
one
them.
doing
You got
the
two of them
towing.
now.
You have two of them.
What? No.
I thought you had two of them.
No. Shut up.
Oh, so he does have two of them.
No.
He has three of them.
No, it's a Prius, Tony Prius. But the smart thing to do would be to have this one, the newer
Towing.
one, towing the older one.
Well, maybe that
'Cause
one's
the newer,
broken.
the newer one
Maybe-
has a bigger engine with more power, but no.
Maybe he's rebuilding that
Maybe the
one.
batteries are bad.
Yeah,
Yeah, probably.
maybe he's conserving the batteries.
Who knows? But yeah, that was one of the highlights that I kind of wanted to bring up and mention.
Can you
but-
imagine being the guy that's selling the Prius and watching another Prius
the
come
guy
up
come
with
pick it up in a
Wait,
Prius.
selling which Prius?
the when it's on the tow?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
okay.
being towed.
Yeah.
Because
He's
he
like-
probably drove there. He's like, oh, I'm gonna test drive it. He's like, oh, you're gonna drive it? No, I'm gonna tow it. With what?
With a Prius? What the heck is wrong with you?
Well, they probably got a great deal on it.
Oh, a whole lot.
Yeah.
Well,
a lot
no,
wrong.
he can just bought it because it has a tag on it.
It's got a Virginia tag on it.
Yeah,
doesn't
but
it?
he could have just taken his tag from the old one and put on the new one.
Could have, I guess.
I don't know, maybe. Anyways, burnout machines. Telling you.
Could use a burnout Prius. That would be interesting.
I don't know about
That's
that.
too much work.
yeah.
Yeah.
What
Hey,
the hell?
Who's that?
That's Chelsea.
No way, really?
Yeah, that's Chelsea. Never
Yeah.
Oh my
that's a
gosh.
note photo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, I sent that to him.
Anywho, so Ellis Fest to start the cruise. How's that? Oh no, you guys missed the cruise.
Mr. Cruise, tell us about the cruise.
The cruise was great. It was a bigger field. I mean, it was a bigger field this year compared to the last year.
Yeah.
So they actually
Yeah,
had
it
to
was
put a cap. I think it was like 48 drivers that they had to put a cap on.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah,
For the cruise?
for the cruise. Even though we had more than 50
They didn't
drivers
have- they
that
didn't
were
have the
signed up.
spaces.
Yeah, they had spaces, and it's always great to see how the city gets involved and is supportive of it. Especially how they just had them just come out to the town square, get an opportunity for the drivers or to meet fans and vice versa. So
Did they fill
was a
both
good time.
sides?
No, it's just one side.
Just to one side.
yeah, it's
okay.
just like one long strip that all of the spaces are taken
Gotcha.
up. So it took about like an hour or two just to hang out there, and then everybody just took off. Surprisingly, nothing crazy happened.
Yeah, it's a nice little downtown area. Like
Yeah.
we are at Spencer's place for coffee. Diana loves that place. And it's pretty good. You
Yeah.
know, the breakfast sandwiches are good. The lunch stuff is like whatever.
What's this pasta place I keep hearing
Oh,
about?
you guys were addicted to that pasta. I didn't
I
like
thought
it.
it was.
I didn't
You
like
didn't
it.
have the pasta. You had the.
Yeah,
That's why you don't like pasta though.
I'm not a pasta
So
guy.
that's why. So Danny's pasta and focaccia. And these
Focaccia?
Focaccia.
Focaccia.
Okay.
I don't know.
You made focaccia pizzas, and
Yeah.
the pizzas were garbage.
Their pizzas were
Like
good.
little Cece's pizza.
Oh no, it was good. It was all homemade stuff.
It was all homemade garbage.
What did your little Italian?
Oh, he loved it. He was all rolling around in the olive oil.
It was good.
He was like,
it was good.
"I'm getting me some meatballs."
The guy was making the pasta fresh right there. He was making the pasta fresh. It was
Yeah.
fresh. I mean, the guy, it's a little small little hole in the wall, but it's just outside that little downtown square. But yeah, Danny's pasta and focaccia. I guess if I'm saying it wrong, I'm sure Gabby will correct me. He's the expert Italian. He's practically Italian.
practically Italian.
He's practically Italian.
yeah.
So
Little do you know.
he's our authenticator for Italian food.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
We
he
have
was
a
all-
Mexican one,
We have-
and
yeah.
now we have an Italian one.
Yeah.
Well, he's the the Kentucky, or not Kentucky, but the Nashville, Tennessee, tour guide.
He's
Because
the
when we were in Nashville, he was taking us down this what do you call it? The honky tonk. What the hell do you call that?
main
thing?
strip.
The main strip. So he's like, "Oh, look at this. That's how you have to hung out at this bar, this bar, this bar. This is how this is." And he was just showing us all the area, and we're just
He was like our Hispanic honky tonk tour guide.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was interesting. He tried to get us to buy boots and all sorts of kind of things.
Yeah.
This is in Nashville.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
he's
let's check.
he's
Yeah,
very.
there's a band on every floor, constantly every time of day. We go up here,
Yeah.
drink, and this is a great place. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good food. I like it. Woo.
Yeah, the food was horrible.
Yeah,
I
you've
think
mentioned that already.
the diner was good.
The diner was good. Yeah,
Best chicken and waffles I've had.
Oh, have you? Okay.
Yeah.
yeah, the diner was good, but everything.
A little
else
cold. I was like
everything
freezing up there.
Everything
It
was
was
let down.
Yeah.
Cold that morning.
But no, Gabby showed us around Nashville. Then we picked him up and took him to Kentucky, and then we met you in the morning at the event. Started
Friday,
getting
yeah.
stuff together.
It was go, go, go.
It was go the whole entire way. Crazy how many drivers they had. I mean, it was insane.
Yeah.
And it was good to see how many really good drivers there were.
Yeah.
Good to see Grant Anderson and a lot of other guys too.
Human Rahimi.
Human Rahimi, I thought he didn't. I mean, when I was watching him drive,
Hurst.
Jonathan Hurst.
Jonathan Hurst, insane
he was-
driving.
Mhm.
Some of those, the driving that they did was crazy. So it was cool to see all those guys and see them compete and something that's not Formula Drift, something
Yeah.
a little more laid back and more just having fun type thing.
Yeah.
So that was cool. And it was good to see like a really packed event, and like that top 32 was a great top 32.
It was.
Top 16 was just like, oh my god, this is like,
And the crowd was
Yeah.
great too.
oh, the
The
crowd was
audience
really
was
great.
awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the crowd was really into it. Everybody stayed. I think that setup was a lot better than like having
Oh yeah.
having the burnout contest, then having the drifting and then
Right into
ending
the
with the burnout contest.
Yeah.
I think was way better for keeping people in
Better
the stands.
transition. Yeah.
Yeah, keeping people in the stands and all that. So I think that worked out well.
Yeah. Because now what's happening is like the burnout competition would go like 45 minutes to an hour over.
Yeah.
And then by that time, people are tired and they're kind of like already wanting to leave. And, the burnout competition, like you don't really have to stay to the end to see who wins, really.
Mm-hmm.
You can just watch some burnouts. You can leave if you want to.
Mm-hmm.
But people stayed in the stands for a long time. So it definitely was great to see the amount of drivers, the amount of good drivers. And did we get any numbers of what the overall turnout was?
I haven't. No.
There was definitely a lot more people this time. I mean, spectators wise,
Yeah.
there was way more than last time because I was just looking out into the sea of people. I'm like, holy cow. And when I tried to go out there once, it took me, there was a line to get across the bridge. I was like, this is crazy. This wasn't like this last year. So it was a lot more busy this year than it was last year.
Yeah.
So you can see it's definitely growing, and I can't believe it. I mean, tons of people are coming out there. It was on the news.
Yeah,
when did you
I
get
sent
posted?
that,
You
yeah.
sent that, yeah.
And it
It's
was
on the
funny.
local news.
LS Fest was on the news, and the majority of clips that they showed on LS Fest was all drifting.
Yeah,
They didn't. I don't think they showed any of the drag racing clips. I don't think they really showed any of the off road. They basically just were showing the drifting. They didn't show any of the super exciting autocross.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, Lewis, you let us down. You're supposed to do that too and win that.
yeah. What the heck happened with that?
I don't know.
I think we're supposed to facilitate that.
Oh, we were.
Yeah, I think so.
Supposed to give them a specific.
Well, I ain't got money like that.
Well, I don't. Well, I think we're supposed to talk to
Oh,
the higher ups to
Oh,
make
Nick,
that happen.
to make it happen.
yeah, but I don't know how that worked.
Yeah, Drifter.
I don't know if
We don't allow
if-
your kind,
if-
you drifters.
I don't know if County Line rules would apply.
No.
Or like, remember you would pay one fee and then you could do drag racing or
Right,
drifting.
right.
One of those things, but who knows? But going back, what was your experience like with qualifying? Let's just focus on qualifying that day.
I think anybody that watched the live stream towards the end knows what my experience was.
Yeah. All right. If I didn't have to be here, I wouldn't want. I
I
wouldn't
was like,
be
you guys are
here.
here. I get credit. If I didn't have to announce, I wouldn't be here. It was late. It was
Like-
4 hours.
yeah,
Yeah.
That was rough, man. That was rough
it was.
to talk for 4 hours.
Yeah,
But
by yourself.
Yeah. You
By
could
myself.
you could have toned it down a little bit. You didn't have to be like
I wasn't.
yelling and screaming.
I wasn't yelling and screaming. At the
Like,
qualifying?
You gotta ease into it. You know, save it for the.
You
qualifying,
Paul,
I
you make
didn't-
it sound like Timbo's all like, "Come on, wrap it up, let's go, boys gotta eat. Pasta isn't gonna make itself."
Yeah, pasta's
exactly.
not going to make
It was
itself.
like-
It's not going to eat itself.
Yeah, he needs his pasta.
I wasn't yelling. I wasn't really that excited during qualifying.
You were losing your voice.
It was 4 hours.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
You've done clutch shakers before.
with other people talking.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Talking to myself, all by myself.
Yeah, okay. But yeah, that was rough.
And there was a lot of things going on. Like,
Right.
what's his? Was it Carter or was it Derek Carter or was it Mason? Or somebody had a wheel fall off. Who was it?
Oh my god, I can't remember who
was
it
that?
was.
Yeah, I'm just like, oh,
I
what's going on?
can't
People
remember
went into
who it
the
was.
wall. Then we're cleaning up the track.
I remember
And it
you
was just-
screaming out, "Everybody, watch out!
Yeah, 'cause-
loose wheel, loose wheel!
yeah.
Everybody, back away!"
I thought like this wheel is running people over or something like.
Yeah, I've seen the
I was
movie. You
looking
ever seen the
around.
movie?
I was looking around like, what
What
was
was it?
going on?
The possessed tire. Was it the movie?
What?
Possessed tire?
You
That's
haven't
the
seen it?
title of the
There's a
movie?
I don't know.
Okay,
but
you
there's
gotta
a,
look at this.
there's
Yeah.
a movie where it's a tire that goes wrong. I think it's called Rubber. And
What? What?
yeah, it's not what you
goes
go
around
around.
killing
Okay,
people?
now I
Well, that
gotta
could
look
probably-
this up.
yeah.
Oh my
It's
god!
like a tire
I
that
don't-
goes around and it kills people.
No way.
Yeah. Oh, come on. They have a Sharknado. I mean, really?
There's
Would
a
they even-
tire called Rubber. I mean, a movie
I
called
think
Rubber.
it's called Rubber.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
It's
really?
called
Is it
Rubber.
real?
It's called
It
Rubber.
is.
Ah, I
Oh
told
my
you.
god! Have you seen this movie?
It's oh god.
I haven't seen it, but I
Rubber
watched
is
a couple
a
clips.
2010 English language French independent horror comedy film written and directed by Quentin Dupieux.
Dupuy?
The film is about a tire that comes to life and kills people with psychokinetic powers. What is going
A
on?
tire that comes to life with psychokinetic
So I
power.
thought that's what it was. I was like, run for your
It's
lives!
a psychokinetic tire.
Psychokinetic tire from France.
I mean, did you must
You
have
gotta show
watched-
them. Can you pull
You must
the-
have watched that like the night before, and you were like, "Ah, tire! Well,
Oh, I just
this tire's got its own
you
mind of
know,
its own.
It was.
Protect your brains."
How could you remember these things, Tim?
Yeah, you don't remember
some things
anything
I
else.
remember. Some things
It's
they just
like-
stick. They just stick in there.
Yeah,
You know,
but
you're like,
some of
movie
these.
called Rubber.
Oh gosh, hang on. I gotta have to
gotta
like
see it.
set this up
you
for
just
a
gotta set it
while.
up, but yes. So, anyways, when the tire, when the wheel
God.
fell off, actually, when I saw it in the camera, it looked like it was actually going straight for Nick.
Yeah, we got to watch the preview.
It looked
Please.
like it was going straight for Nick
God,
at the start line. Oh, you gonna play it? Let me know when you're.
hang on. Hopefully, it doesn't have like any like music for us to
Oh,
worry
it'll be
about. We'll
fine.
see, we'll
Come
see
on,
what
who cares
happens.
if we get demonetized.
Yeah,
that's
we'll-
true too.
Yeah.
Wait, hang on.
We can get a copyright
But I
strikes.
thought it was going
All right.
right towards Nick at the start line. That's why I was yelling.
Yeah.
To see if he wasn't paying attention.
A 2011 film. Oh,
Magnet.
brought to you by Magnet. Okay. All right. A random.
Rise!
Tim, you saw this movie?
No, but I've seen some of the
How did you see that?
Robert, that's the name.
That's Robert. That's Little Tire. Big dreams.
Oh, he's getting pulled over.
I mean, like you knew which way is the front.
Yeah. No,
Oh,
exactly.
He's getting angry.
How does it balance?
Oh!
Everybody, this is what our killer looks like.
Wonderful.
Okay.
He goes to a hotel.
Maybe finds another tire.
Oh no.
What brand of tire?
Probably brandless.
I mean, what tire company would want to talk about gory?
Yes. Is it black?
Ah,
Wait a minute.
I'm starting to
I
like
mean,
it.
what tire company would want to be
Door just open.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on, be a good boy. Blow my head off.
Again.
Be a good one.
You get one of you guys with that flamethrower, just go.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, with so many events, you can
Oh,
event.
he sees some burning tires.
Yeah.
Rubber.
It gets back up. There's turkey.
What? The rubber movie.
Okay, all right.
Okay, well, the more you know.
Yeah. I always bring something to the table.
Timmy,
Yeah, yeah.
wow, this is unbelievable.
We're gonna have to do like a drive-in
Yeah.
like movie night where we watch the rubber.
Oh yeah. Just
Yeah.
like was it the Mystery Science Theater?
Yeah.
We should give that to Chris Jackson to do that night at one of those party events that he did.
Oh
that he
yeah,
throws.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just
We're
like
gonna watch the rubber
Yeah.
tonight.
Anywho, so when the wheel fell off,
That's
I had
that's-
like
he had
I had
flashbacks.
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 Like, just like what's going on? No rubber, run, tire. Trying to save lives, man.
Yeah,
lives.
I mean, especially when a tire,
And
or,
you
I
can-
mean, a rubber tire comes to life all by itself.
Yeah.
You
and
don't
it goes
know.
on a killing spree.
I mean, anything can happen.
Yeah.
You know, just floor right in the water can do a lot of things. Crazy stuff.
Okay,
Oh gosh!
here
All
we go.
right, you're deviating now.
But you know, whoever it was kept driving. Like everybody's like, stop, and he
Oh,
would stop.
yeah, yeah.
And he started driving. And he was like, stop, and
What I found funny is that I don't know, like you were trying to sort of direct the drivers,
But without
to
saying-
stop,
Yeah, but
like
without-
as if like you could like. I don't know. Maybe you felt like they could hear you or something.
No, I
because there
didn't.
was like on more than one occasion somebody was on fire. Like I think Jonathan Aaron
Yeah, it was like,
borrowed the
fire,
car.
fire, yeah.
You're like, but it's like somebody needs to stop him. Jonathan, stop driving, stop.
well, that's interacting with the audience. That's the only reason why I'm doing it.
No, I think you're trying to interact with Jonathan to try
He
to let
can't
him
hear
know.
me.
Oh,
There's no way he can hear me.
Oh, okay.
I didn't think he could hear me because they can't hear me on the track.
Yeah.
I mean, I know. I'm just talking. Fine, I won't do it anymore.
No, I'm not saying.
No, it's okay. Fine.
I was. Just,
I'm just gonna here. Be quiet.
Oh,
just
gosh.
kill people's dogs. You
yeah.
know?
Oh, yeah.
Let's talk about that.
Come
Wanna
on,
bring that
Paul.
up?
I do have
No.
to apologize, Ryan. I totally. Well, I learned my lesson.
Well,
I
just-
need
just-
to read a little more thorough, and if I'm not 100% sure on something, I need to confirm. But yeah, I totally misread the missing, thinking. I've had people forget it. Doesn't matter.
We know from now on
Yeah, somebody has to read everything to me and say, "Listen, this is what this."
the dog
means."
didn't die.
The dog didn't die.
That's why it didn't
Yeah,
die.
I didn't mean to kill the dog. Yeah. Trust me, I'm gonna pay for this for the rest of my life. So
Oh my.
We're gonna get him.
yeah, I'm not gonna hear the end of that.
Luckily, Ryan chimed in on that, but yeah, qualifying was a test of endurance, patience, and perseverance.
I never had that many drivers, right? So in qualifying,
Yeah.
so
Well,
it was
at LS Fest, yeah, that's was the most we ever had. It reminded me of Clutch Kicker days.
Oh, for
'Cause
sure.
we would
yeah.
spend
all day trying
all
to
day qualifying 60-something drivers.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a long day.
My question to you guys: do you think it would have been faster getting those drivers, getting through qualifying, by having those drivers do their runs like how they did it back to back, or have it that they do their run and then we go to the roster
No,
and then we do it all over again?
No, just do
I think do back to back.
back to back.
Back to back.
makes
Okay.
sense.
I think back to back is they're going to be battling back to back runs because lead chase switching. I think that's the best way to do it. Honestly, though, I would have just rather seen everybody drew a hat and then they just do top 32 or do a seeding bracket or just do whatever. If you have 60-something people battle and just have them battle it out, but it's not really all that fair, I guess,
Yeah.
because but I don't know.
Were there any drivers that stood out to you in regards to their qualifying performance that you can
Yeah.
think of?
Yeah, John Temple.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's really surprised me. He was doing really good.
Mm-hmm.
Even in competition, he was doing well. He only had I think 6 runs. He didn't get many runs.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought he did really well. He was in the top spot for a little bit.
Yeah. You qualify 7.
Yeah, but for a good portion of the 4 hours, he was at the top.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Paul, anybody stood out to you? Even though it wasn't easy for you because you were commandeering the drone.
Yeah, no, but I mean, I think I saw people. I mean, got to see a lot of people drive, especially from the top view. I think I actually got probably the most critical view, which is from the top, where you can really see how they fill out the zones and how their line is. I mean, I thought all weekend that Connor O'Sully was doing pretty well. Jonathan Aaron was doing pretty well in Connor O'Sully's car. I really liked the way Jonathan Hurst drove, and Human didn't really stick out to me until he was actually tandeming. So those I think are the three people I was really looking at most of the time. Were those guys? I thought were the best as far as what I saw.
For me, for sure, was Jonathan Hurst with his overall driving.
Jake Wise did a really good job.
Yeah, Jake was doing
He
great.
really did do a good job.
But one of the things I distinctly remember was just Dirk Stratton, his run-up speed.
Oh yeah,
From start to initiation was one of the fastest.
Yeah, definitely.
In that weekend. So, for me, the biggest bummer was just hearing Jonathan Aaron's car just breaking. breaking down.
That was what's kind of ruined that day, because I really was hoping to see him compete in his car, because that thing is insane. So he did pretty well in Connor O'Sully's car
with half the horsepower.
with half the horsepower. So it's too bad. It is what it is. I wonder what blew on the car. Just caused
I asked him. He didn't
must have
wanna-
been engine
he-
related.
Yeah, it had to be something that was probably developed by somebody that didn't want to have bad publicity about it, I guess.
Oh,
That's the only
really?
thing I think of. Why would you not want to share? But hey, I respect it. I was like, do you want to share what it exactly is? He's like, no, just a mechanical failure. I was like, okay. Maybe it was a transmission thing. Maybe it wasn't in the engine. Maybe the engine's strong, but maybe it was the diff or the rear end or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Maybe it was a drive shaft. Maybe the drive shaft snapped.
Maybe.
That's not something you can just grab from anywhere.
All right.
So
I think how can I word this? One of the frustrating things to hear, because our own Sir Gagalot, he went to the pit and he spoke to somebody. I don't know who, forget exactly, but
He was speaking to Jeffrey Bard's crew.
Jeff Bard.
Jeffrey, yeah, Baird.
Yeah, was
Baird.
he the,
Baird, yeah.
was he the one that apparently lost a $25,000 engine in that round?
he
Oh,
might
did
have.
he
might
Well,
have. 'cause I think-
that's what I heard.
Because he blew his motor. John Temple blew his
Oh,
motor.
Jeff Bird did blow his motor?
Wait, actually, did he? Yeah, he did have a mechanical failure. Something happened.
That's the thing. I don't know. That's why I don't want to necessarily
Gabby
say
was saying that guy, Jeffrey Bard, had a brand new engine.
Oh, then it must be that one.
800,
Then.
800 horsepower.
Yeah.
All that.
Yeah, but I remember in Texas, it was I think it was Eugene Fagelman. Didn't he have an engine that was built
Yes.
and then the day of that they found a lot of metal? It's almost like the engine grenaded itself. It just was shredding itself or something.
Yeah, that's one of the things I'm just trying to kind of wrap my head around. It's just
All that money.
Yeah.
COVID labor force.
wait, what?
It's that COVID labor force.
What does that
gosh.
mean? Oh, because the parts are being made.
No, just because the labor force during COVID. It's like nobody wants to work.
Oh,
I'm done tightening torquing these bolts.
Yeah. Yeah, that's. I was just thinking, like, time, money, and just to kind of put the car together or to just be able to perform. And then it's like, okay, now you have to go through the whole steps again. Do you have warranty? Does it have any sort of guarantees? How do you go about it?
Well,
I mean,
if that really
like-
was Jeffrey Barr that blew up, man, because I guess Gabby was saying he drove in clutch kickers, and he's been kind of
yeah, he did.
hasn't been driving because he's been building that car, and to go out there and blow it up, oh my gosh!
Well, you don't. Again, allegedly.
If that's what happened, man, that sucks.
Yeah.
That sucks.
I mean, I'm just because when your phone breaks, or like, let's say for instance the display cracks, you could just go to the store and have them just immediately replace it, and then you just take off and go. But and especially if you have like warranty or something like that, or some sort of like a
protection
protection plan.
15 grand.
Yeah.
Or 18 grand or something like that.
Depends
Well-
on what kind of motor. I mean, it could be 40 grand, it could be 20 grand. I mean, it all depends what size motor.
Steep.
Yeah, I mean, those motors get expensive. It's like the one that Nate Hamilton had. I'm pretty sure that was like a $40,000 motor.
So if they ever make that K Series V8, that was like around $12,000 for that. It's actually a deal.
Yeah.
So you're advocating for
KA.
cost-effective.
Was it K48? Is that what it was? K48, I think it was.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
K48.
Oh, God.
It's sound. I mean, I think it'd be cool as heck. Why not?
Yeah.
No.
Top 32. Going into that. Well, actually, before going into that, with the qualifying order, were you guys surprised with how the
It panned
qualifying ended up?
Yeah, I think there was a couple in there that I thought maybe got a little higher score than what I thought they should have got, or some got a lower score than what I thought they should have got. But I know they didn't have the same camera angle to judge by every time, from what I understand. Like there were portions, so I don't know if that had a tribute to it, but for the most part, I think it was pretty accurate from what I expected. I thought Human was going to do better. Like I thought he'd be more like in the top 3, but I don't think Hurst was in the top 3 either. So I think he was like around, I forget. So there's some drivers that were like pretty low down. Like Jack Davis was actually pretty low down. Like you think it was like 27th or something. So I thought that was interesting. Some of the drivers that actually, I think I was more surprised by some of the drivers that didn't qualify well than I was those that qualified good. I mean, Grant Anderson, I know he's a solid driver. He's always going to do a really good job. So I expected him to be at the top. Naren up there, Dirk Stratton. John Temple was a surprise,
Yeah.
putting down some nice runs. But for the most part, I can't say I was caught off guard by the turnout.
Before I move on, because there's some comments in the chat that I kind of want to bring up, and one is something that maybe you could chime in on.
Is this about a dog?
No,
Oh, okay.
No.
Okay, yes, I could probably handle
not
it.
about dogs, not about rubber.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, rubber.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Brian Sturman wrote, "What's up, boys? Long time no talk. Hope you're all doing good. Glad to see Tim Z46 hasn't moved yet. Yes, we are.
Ooh,
Yes, we're
burn.
glad too.
Yeah, it moves. It
Yeah.
just, I have no money.
Yeah.
I just moved my daughter into college, and you, my friend, are going to have some kids going to college in about 15 years. I don't know how they're he's got how many kids does he have? I think 2, 3.
I don't know.
So trust me, your day's coming soon. You're not going to have money, and you're going to know the pain that I feel.
You make it sound like a threat.
It's not a threat. I'm just warning him of his future.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's the question?
So moving on, Lychee Monster Media wrote, Kevin Gorky's engine decided it was angry on day
Kevin
3.
Gorky.
And then they also wrote, some people had 4 runs. It was super confusing. And now, if I recall
that was
correctly,
because, yeah.
that's that involves Tyler Berry. And you
Yes.
could go ahead and mention
Okay.
that.
So Tyler Berry did his first run. Then he did his second run. When he did his second run, there was a clipping point or cone that was in the middle of the track. It wasn't even the right spot. So then they allowed him to do it again, but he thought he can just go back out there because he had enough tires. But he did. His fuel cell doesn't hold that much gas. So he went to go do the rerun of the one that had the misplaced cone. When he did that,
He was out of gas.
he ran out of gas halfway around the track. So
they
then they
gave
let
him-
him. They're like, well, he only had enough gas for 2 laps. We're gonna let him go ahead and get some gas and put tires on and throw down another run. Which it didn't really make much difference because I think it was a 1-point difference between.
Yeah, actually,
two.
the second run was the fourth run that was considered the second run was actually worse than his first run.
Yeah, by 1 point.
Yeah. So,
So I mean, at the end of the day, it was probably all for naught. But the judges wanted to make sure he had a fair shake. So they didn't think it was fair that they didn't make sure the track was the way it was supposed to be.
and to be fair to everybody else, nobody else was cheated or slighted on a run.
Right.
So
Yeah.
it wasn't like any rain. There wasn't any anything like that. That was the only one that had that issue.
Yeah. So that's why he got 4 runs.
Yeah.
So the first run, points scored. Second run, they gave him a rerun because the course wasn't correct. And then the third run, he ran out of gas, so they felt bad. And then they let him put gas in the car and come back out for a 4th run. So they scored the first and 4th. So hopefully that clarifies that.
Yeah, and just to add that there was a point in time where enough drivers ran through that it was very difficult to be able to see the lines on the track.
Yeah.
And
it was
then-
dark.
Yeah. Well, not only that, but they ran through the boxes so many times that they basically just kind of cleared out the flour that was on the track.
Yeah, they really need to get some more visual zone markers. But at the end of the day, this isn't like a point series. There's not all that much at stake compared to actually everybody else. Apparently, everybody else when they win an event there, they get $10,000 or something. Somebody was telling. Was that you telling me that?
No, it was Gabby saying that.
Oh, so everybody else wins $10,000. Burnout competition guy wins $10,000. The off-road guys win $10,000. The drag strip run wins $10,000. All those car show guys win like $10,000, and the drifters get like $1,000 or $50.
So is this why you guys want to build a burnout competition?
Yes, to
car?
win $10,000. That's where we're like $10,000.
Okay.
We can do it.
Yeah, we can do that. We can do this.
The whole thing,
Okay.
the whole game plan there is to be one of the last guys.
Yeah.
So that way you get the most.
Impression. The last, at least, yeah.
You get the last impression. And then you bring a drifting tire tornado
Yes.
and with lights and lasers.
The Geo Metro with 2 LS engines.
There we go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just a 4-wheel burnout.
Indeed.
Yeah.
There, bro. Leechy Monster Media wrote, thanks for the clarification. I was at the media bridge confused. We had some tree sap on our windshield, and the glare was pretty gnarly.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
okay. Well, that's interesting. Mm-hmm. Well, aside from some of the drivers, like Ryan Acevedo had a real issue with all of the smoke building up in his cabin, and then that just prevented him from
So did
being
Hurt.
able.
Hurt had that.
Oh,
In qualifying.
Oh, did he? Okay.
You know, we can solve that for you if anybody wants to solve that.
With fans?
You just positive pressure in the cabin. That's all you need.
Oh, okay. Well,
And then you don't have that problem anymore.
send him a message.
Positively.
Yes.
Positivity wins all the time.
Yes, all the time.
When I was trying to these guys, I mean, if we just put some positive pressure in their cabin, they won't have any of that issue.
Right.
Negative pressure in the cabin that causes that.
Well, the problem is they had the windows down, or they didn't have their windows on.
Yeah, but you still could.
That's a lot of positive pressure. How are you going to positive pressure that cabin with the windows open?
Put a fan in there.
I said
That's
that.
a genius. A fan.
Yeah, I said that.
You have a radiator fan, just do it on the radiator fan.
Just have it on the firewall blowing 150-degree air right in your face.
Well, no, what are you
Sounds
talking
delicious.
about?
Hang some rotisserie chicken
there you go.
spigots.
Some
you could rotisserie chicken
you can
while
have
you're
kebabs.
Kebabs. Yes.
Hey, it's a kebabs.
It's a kebab. I'm making some shawarma.
Shawarma.
Some shawarma. Forget about it.
Yeah, you want a pita? Throw some shawarma on there.
Peter's it's in the engine bay. Oh.
Yeah. How loud was Jonathan Hurst's car? Like from the booth that you were.
I don't know, but it's really cool because he had his wastegates in the hood facing straight up, and he has exhaust facing straight up out of the trunk, and there was 2 in the rear and 2 in the front, and they would just blow flames straight up. It was cool. Big fan. I like the
I
car.
didn't notice that, but that
did.
sounds cool. I like the car. One thing we saw that was pretty cool is his rear lights are 3D printed.
Yeah,
What?
yeah.
I'm like, this is a great idea.
What? Oh,
Because
my.
you're constantly smashing them. So just, 3D print them and just clip them on there.
Done.
Done.
Man.
I was like, that's a great idea.
I'm surprised you didn't bother him like with questions about it, like what kind
Well,
of
he
like
doesn't-
resin
Yeah,
and
I knew what he said. I mean,
He took his iPhone out. He literally scanned the whole car.
I copied him. I'm selling them on eBay.
He's
now.
selling them on eBay.
wait, are you?
Oh, that'd be funny. No, but I thought that was a great idea. It's like, wow, yeah. I mean, you're gonna smash them anyways. So this way, at least it's like, it's just a 3D print.
I'll just print another one.
Print another one.
It's a great idea. I should do that with my
Yeah, you
headlights.
should do
Yeah,
that.
why don't you?
I
He has a
think
3D printer, right, Paul?
Yeah, I have one. His son has one. His son's like a 3D printing like pro. So yeah. You print
Well,
it
you
out.
should talk to him.
But they're not really see through. That's the thing.
No, you make a you design a hole for like a projector to sit in. And it just looks like that, and but
Right,
you
right,
just
right.
blip.
Very interesting.
You guys need to talk more.
I gotta get the.
You
well,
gotta
the car
collaborate.
runs. Only thing I have to do with the car is just take it to the dyno. That's all I gotta do.
Well, you need headlights anyway, so you might.
I got headlights. I may have LED lights. I don't. I mean, I got the. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
We'll work on this some other time.
Yeah.
Another episode.
Okay.
In another episode.
Yes. Oh, congratulations! Brian gave away his car this week.
Oh, did
Oh, he
he?
did?
Yep, he gave away his car this week to some guy
won it?
that's got his car. I don't know the guy's name, but some
Well,
guy
that's
won-
very descriptive.
Some guy won that. I
Was
wonder
he
if
able to make his money back on that thing?
I'm sure he did. He had, I mean, it was what? Was it
He was gonna do
$50
a-
a spot or $80 a spot?
That's
And
besides the
he
point.
obviously did because he had a certain amount of spots and he didn't do the raffle until all the spots were sold.
Oh, okay. And did he was going to do a drift clinic?
I don't know if he's done that yet. He's in the chat. Ask him. Did he do it? Brian, did you do the drift clinic yet? I think that just happened this week though. Maybe he's gonna do it at US Drift Circuit.
I don't
this
know.
weekend.
I don't know.
I don't know. Is the guy gonna turn around and sell your car? Wouldn't
Yeah.
that be hard?
That'd be,
wrenching?
yeah.
Like
That'd be annoying.
that would be a little annoying.
You immediately see it on Facebook Marketplace, and then 10 minutes like, oh, I got a pick.
yeah.
That's funny.
Interesting.
Oh yeah, it's just like Tim's top
Yeah,
10.
Facebook
If it goes on,
Marketplace.
you go-
Brian Sturman Z30.
This BMW 30 looks oddly familiar.
Awfully.
It's
yeah.
blue with white wheels.
Suspicious.
Yes, indeed.
That's funny.
All right. Top 32.
Top 32. I don't really remember it enough. I think I was
remember enough.
because hers got knocked. No, who got knocked out? Did he get knocked out in top 32? No. I think he made it top 16. I forget.
Here's what I remember about Top 32. That it was blazing fast.
Yeah, it was.
How
Yeah.
they went
Yeah,
through
Now-
Top
we ate through
32.
that fast. Yeah.
Yeah, it was an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I don't even know if it was an hour. I think it was like 45 minutes. It was like, what? It's
The,
over.
Yeah.
the stream was an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fast. Top 32 was. I was surprised how fast it was. I was expecting top 16 to go that fast, but it didn't.
Yeah.
Kind of went a lot longer.
I will say that there was a point in time where there was talk about maybe slowing down, but then it was mentioned that, well, what if somebody loses a tire or
Yeah,
crashes
anything,
or
yeah, no.
causes a major delay? So it's like, no, it's better to
No,
just go
keep
ahead and
moving.
keep moving. But it just seemed so effortless. Because they didn't seem like they were in a hurry or anything like that. The decisions were coming in quick. The guys were getting in the box immediately. There was no delay, and it's just amazing the work that these guys are doing to just like running like clockwork to be able to just get all these cars going.
Yeah.
But
You know what? And this is more goes on the production side of what we do, and this is something I want to talk to you about.
Oh.
Maybe get some feedback. And I don't know if we even get brought on to do the live stream next year, and I don't know about doing it for each round, but I think Kentucky, since it's the biggest, something I'd like to do is something like when I did that show, Getaway Driver.
okay,
What they did is they had you answer some questions and kind of talk about yourself. I think what Formula Drift is missing, and I'd like to see if something that we can do to help LS Fest, storyline. But it would take a lot of effort, right? You'd have to get all the drivers to submit like a video of themselves answering some questions.
I was born in a cardboard box.
Yeah, I
to some
came in
puppies.
a cardboard box and I just drew wheels on the side of it and I started drifting and it turned into whatever it is. And you don't necessarily have to show them all until you get to like the final four because we have some downtime where they got to change tires.
right.
and you can maybe, okay, this is the previous year's winner, right? And then you could play it on the live stream for people to kind of get attached to the drivers. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
But
get what you mean.
that's it's mostly going to fall, or unless we can bring somebody on that is willing to handle that for us.
Right.
Problem is, there was really not much time to play anything.
Well, like I
Yeah.
said,
We
don't
you're-
have
you're-
any downtime.
Exactly.
No, the problem is that you do have enough downtime before the finals, because you're only talking about a
Yes.
30-second, like a 30-second, like that's what they did when
montage or
right? It's
clip.
like a 30-second montage of the person. This is who I am. This is where I've been. I do it for my family. Have some pictures of their family, or whatever it is, whatever story. It's only like a 30 to 45-second montage about the driver talking about himself.
Oh,
that you
okay, I
showed
get it, I get it, I get
That's
it.
what they did when I did the Getaway Driver.
Yeah.
It was like a 30-minute interview. But when you watch it on the show, they just kind of
Yeah.
skip to this, like they do on like America's Got Talent or something like that.
Yeah.
They do like a spotlight. Mm-hmm. But the thing is you have to spotlight everybody, or unless you just do it. But you'd have to spotlight everybody. That's something you'd have to have done in advance, and then whoever makes it, you already have their information and you can play it.
Right.
But that's a lot of work.
So that's.
But that's what they
Yeah.
did with the shows. Like they did my spotlight like 3 months before I was even did the show. Mm-hmm. And I just think it's something that we don't really probably have the manpower or production to be able to do that. But I think that's Formula Drift is really missing on that. I think that would be a way to
Connect
have the
the
drivers
fans to
connect to the,
the
audience,
drivers?
to the spectators. And I think that's what Formula Drift or Drift Games, whatever.
That's what they need.
Yeah, I think they need to start connecting the audience and spectators to the drivers, and I think that'll help build spectator sport wise. Because then you could start, or just a lot of different ways you could do it.
Yeah, the problem is just there are so many variables, and you've already mentioned some of it already. I mean, is the driver even going to make it to the event?
And that's why I said you have to do everybody.
Yeah, and
You have
that's
to do
just-
everybody,
and that's
and-
just difficult.
Right, especially if you have 60 drivers.
Yeah,
So you have to edit 60 drivers and then have them to where, okay, these are our top 8 or our top 4, whatever you want to do. Mm-hmm. And then you basically spend all that time editing 60 drivers to showcase maybe 4, 5, 4, 6, maybe 8 drivers. So I see, but I think the overall quality of the live stream and production, I think would be a lot better.
yeah,
I think it would stand out amongst other live streams. Mm-hmm. So that's I was going to talk to you about that. I mean, I think the overall end product would be much better,
yeah.
but I could see the legwork, the groundwork that would be needed to accomplish that would be maybe a little too much to handle.
Yeah, it definitely would be.
Maybe it doesn't have to be that extensive. Maybe it could just be we go around each driver and just have them just do a quick 30-second video of each driver. At least on Saturday. Well, see, then you have to get in, you have to edit it. It's just a lot. You would need somebody dedicated to just do that.
Yeah, yeah,
So I don't know, just a thought.
yeah. That's a good thought.
Yeah,
But like, one of the negatives about it is just like what Paul mentioned is that the action just goes so fast and it's nonstop that it's just very difficult for somebody to want to, or production team to be able to insert that onto it. And I do see, and I agree with you, I do see the opening perhaps for a top 4 because obviously you need, especially actually the finals too.
right.
Because obviously you need that time to, there's a gap to get all both of those drivers suited up with
Tires,
tires
right.
changed and everything just to get set up for the final battle.
And even instead of running commercials for a half hour while they're trying to clean up, you can start throwing those up there. It's something a little more intense. It's like commercials. You watch the commercial once you get around to the second loop, you're just like, okay, whatever. It can get a little annoying.
Yeah, I understand.
But like I said, it'd be a lot of work to be
Yeah.
able to get something like that done. Or I was even thinking like doing it like when you watch like UFC, right? They do the tail of the tape, and then they have them like face off. But that's a whole production thing that's just not feasible.
Yeah.
But I think it would. I think
It'd be
Formula Drift,
great.
Formula Drift can do it because they can slow it down a little bit, because they're focused on the production, right? If it's a show,
Well, they're trying to speed things up now.
They're trying to speed things up to try to make it more action.
Yeah.
Right. But it's also like it's like watching a Michael Bay movie, right?
Uh-huh.
I'm not saying that there needs to be downtime to where it's like annoying downtime for stupid stuff, but if
And
you're
explosions.
right. But what? Yeah, exactly. So it's just like it's so much action is boring, right? I think breaking it up with some storylines, at least for the live stream, I think that would add to the overall production quality of it.
I think that definitely could be something better for the especially for the spectators to kind of grasp. I guess maybe just know
Connect.
the drivers, connect
Connect
the
with the
drivers
drivers, yeah.
is a little bit better.
So I mean,
think
but
that'd
think
be
about it. You're
cool.
talking about holding up the line for a minute or a minute and a half to show those montages right before they send them.
No, I mean
That's
from
in
the
reality-
drift definitely has the time for that.
Right, because they already
Yeah.
have their licensed drivers. They can do that at the beginning of the year, and they don't have to do a new one every time. It could be the same one showing it to them, and or they can do new ones each time if they want. Mm-hmm. But we're not talking like and they also jumbotron it, right? So everybody that's there live is going to see it. That's what Texas. If we were going to do it, that'd be a great place to do it because you watch it. And you're
Yeah.
like, wow, that's really cool, and it would connect. So I think that'd be cool. You know,
Yeah, it would be. But again, just the way how like we're running things now is
I
just it's really just centered around like the action and the judges and the way how they do it. That's why, for instance, with the live stream, the way how it's broadcasted for LS Fest, it's just kind of we take a lot of input and insight from the judges of what they want to see and what they want, the camera positions and so forth. And so it's this collaborative effort to be able to have a stream that's basically centered around them. That's going to be it's going to allow them to be able to judge more effectively and quickly. And I think that's where some of the efficiency of Top 32 really shined through. And it was because they were able to see exactly all the angles that they needed to just to be able to come up with a fast enough decision to be able to get the action moving along. Right. The only problem that came about was just during Top 16 because we just had some unforeseen, contacts, accidents, crashes, and things like that really sort of slowed things down. Like, for instance, Josh McGuire, Dirk Stratton.
yeah,
What happened with Jonathan Aaron and Jake Wise.
Yep.
So those were kind of things that you expected, but it's just sort of comes with it at the same time that, unfortunately, it just so happened that it kind of, when you look back at the numbers, the top 16 is longer than the top 32.
Well, it's gonna be because there's more battles. Because you have top 16. Top 16 is basically almost like a top, and then you got to go from top 16, then top 8, then top 4, and then finals. So that there's overall more battles in the top 16 there is in the top 32.
And
You know what I'm saying? So because you have 16, then you go to 8, and then you go to 4, and then you go for the first and second.
Right.
But with LS Fest, would make what I would like to do a little more difficult is LS Fest is a drift event first, right? The priority is getting the event underway because due to time constraints and the
especially this time.
well, anytime there's time constraints. We always have time constraints.
More this time, though.
Okay.
This time around, because remember, like
Actually, I thought we had more. No, we had
Texas was worse because they have noise ordinance, didn't they? Because Texas had a noise
I
ordinance.
forgot.
Yeah, but overall, for the most part, they're trying to run the event as quickly and as efficiently as possible. Mm-hmm. They're not going to slow down for the live stream. So
of course.
it's a drift event, and the live stream is almost like an afterthought. And the fact that it takes backseat to prioritizing the two against each other. The event is going to go on whether the live stream is keeping up or not. Mm-hmm. So that makes it makes it a little difficult for us, right?
Oh, for sure.
Because you don't have like, hey, can you just wait a second? Unless you have a drone that you have to change a battery, and even then they say, oh well, send it. They don't want to wait.
Yeah, there were moments where they were like, okay, we can't wait. We need to get going. Then also there were times where it's like, okay, we need to wait because there's a particular either a particular battle or a particular individual that they wanted to make sure that they got like a really good score on.
Right.
I mean, they wanted to make sure that they judge it accordingly.
Right.
And like you said, it just makes it difficult, and that's why in every round, they have figuratively, metaphorically, they have kicked my butt in how fast they are, because it's a real struggle trying to keep up with all of the action and all of the movements that are taking place.
Yeah.
That I struggle to keep up with it, but I pretty much just roll with the punches.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
mean,
top 32 in under an hour. I mean, live stream was an hour, so we already know you could take almost 10 to 15 minutes off of just the beginning. Well, I mean, maybe 10 minutes off the beginning and the end of the live stream. So it's probably like around 50-minute top 32. And then the top 16 was 2 hours.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's 3 hours going top 32 through if you want to put it all together. So in 3 hours, we're able to, that's fast.
Yeah.
Much faster than other people.
Yeah, and that's sort of
Just saying.
yeah. I don't want to compare. I really don't.
Just saying.
But I mean, different circumstances and different
Is it really, though?
personnel.
Different personnel.
Yeah, different personnel and different stakes, perhaps.
What, like ribeye and New York strip,
Filet mignon.
filet mignon,
Little picanha.
picanha.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are the steaks? What is so different about the steaks? What are these steaks you speak of?
I don't look. I just feel fortunate and thankful to be a part of the team that is so effective and efficient with the way how they function and run, because you don't often come across this sort of circumstances where it's like they're just so tuned in.
That's one thing I wanted to mention is like Webb wasn't there, so I was like, what?
Yeah. I know.
What
I
the heck's
I was
gonna
like,
happen?
Where's Webb?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then, no, they was able to run the line very efficiently. and
Michael did a
control.
great job.
He did a great job. Yeah.
He did a really good job. I was really impressed with how
Well,
I mean,
there's two Michaels.
with the Michael with the glasses that was a judge previously. He was the one that was handling the sending the cars out.
Yeah.
I thought he did a great job.
Definitely shot. Yeah, for sure. I mean, for instance, when Jonathan Aaron was the fuel cell was on fire.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like he ran to him
Right.
with the fire extinguisher.
Yeah.
And ready to just do that. And then of course the infamous moment with him in the cone.
Yeah, being pulled, being
Oh,
dragged.
yeah.
Yeah, being dragged.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was that.
So he I thought he did. Now I couldn't speak to how it went on the on Nick Swan's team, like the track officials side of things.
Okay.
I couldn't talk to that because I as far as looking from outside looking in, it looked like it went smooth. But if there was anything struggles or mishaps that they had, but I had my ear to the radio, and it didn't seem like they
Had much
really
fighting
had
going on.
not too much going on in the way of causing undue stress.
I mean, we had a couple oil spills and stuff like that could have, definitely sped things up.
Yeah.
But, it happens.
Here's a tip for the drivers: if you blow a motor or something, and you just if you have no power, it's a good chance you blow your motor. Just get off the track.
Yeah, get off
Or
the
stop.
actual-
Or-
yeah. No,
Yeah,
just
or stop, but it'd be better yet just
get off
the track.
track.
Because I mean, at least you can leak it somewhere else. I mean, the bigger the puddle, the more time it's going to take to clean up. So,
Really?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, think about it. If you have, it's what, 6, 7 quarts some of these cars have?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
6
8
or
quarts.
7 quarts or 1
8
quart of oil.
quarts,
What would you
8
rather
quarts.
clean?
Well, I
got-
figure it'd be
So
easier
it's-
to clean in one spot compared to just the whole track
No, you just
getting
get on-
littered with the oil.
I don't mean get off the track by completing the track. I mean literally get off the track immediately.
Just get off the track.
Get it, drive into the grass, drive off the course. So you blow your motor here, you realize something's power down, just get off the track.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get off of the track.
Yeah, because I mean, if you stop, you could potentially leak 7 quarts of oil, and that's going to spread out. It's going to cause a big spot.
Yeah.
That's my
Well,
advice.
I only mention that because of what happened with going back to Blaze Potts at Hop It Auto Fest in the last round that I went to.
I
And
don't
then
know what happened.
how he pretty much he blew the engine and then he kept driving, and then he spilled oil through like a good portion of the track.
Oh, jeez.
So I just figured, well, wouldn't it be easier if, like what you said, but
off
just
the track.
stop?
One of the two. I mean, if you stop, okay, one of the two. Either come to a complete stop or get right off the track.
Okay. But if you're gonna get off the track, just do it like
Immediately.
away from the track layout, right?
Yeah, off the track.
Okay. I just want to clarify because some people would be like, oh, okay, well then I'll get off the track. They'll just do a U-turn and follow the same way that they went and they came from.
Oh, so yeah, so immediately get off the track,
Okay.
which means
Not like
Get off
drive
the
through
track.
the course.
don't
and then
drive
get
through
off
the course
track.
and then off the track.
Okay.
Like
Means
get off
like,
the track.
get off the track right now.
Just
You have
like
no other-
just like Mustangs do. You know, just drive off the road. Go onto the shoulder.
Go
drive on the
towards
sidewalk.
pedestrians.
Yes, pedestrians,
Jump
sidewalks. Go towards the
Hey,
sidewalk.
don't talk too bad about Mustangs. We're gonna be heading up to Ford Fest.
Yeah,
Remember that.
I'll be up far enough where they can't get to me. So we'll be good.
No, you guys talked about being down there with them. Remember?
Oh, that's
That was
right.
his idea.
Yeah.
Well, he's gonna
I'm
get-
really
you
thinking
can-
about
you
that
can
one.
put you can put a camera on them and watch. This will be a live mauling.
Yes. Yes.
Oh gosh. Yeah. So top 16. Your thoughts on how that went overall? Like competition was pretty crazy. Some surprises. Jonathan Aaron, the way
Yeah.
how that happened.
Well, I think Jonathan Aaron really needed his vehicle when he got to that point. Was it Ethan Parnell took him out?
Jake Wise.
Jake Wise took him out.
Yeah.
Jake was on rails. I mean, he was doing really good.
Jake was really good.
Yeah, Jake was doing excellent. But I think, and it really sucks that John Temple blew his motor too, because I think he would have made top 16 for sure. Top 16. I'm trying to think. You know, I actually thought Grant Anderson was going to go further in the battles. And there are actually some drivers that didn't qualify that I was surprised, but top 16. Yeah, I'd probably say that the Jonathan Aaron and Jake Wise battle.
Okay.
And the Tyler Berry. Didn't Tyler Berry go one more time?
I think he did. I can't remember.
So that was a good one.
I was just thinking about Dirk, the way how he made contact with the wall. Surprisingly.
Yeah, that actually he got lost in the smoke and he went way too wide on the final. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah. So that was surprising because he's he's usually on point with that, but yeah, he got lost in the smoke. So
yeah,
but
it's
that
just
was a lot of smoke.
Yeah.
I think it was a lot of his own smoke.
yeah,
Actually,
Yeah.
that did it to him. But yeah, kind of put him off center and just put the little bit of the end of the car into the wall.
yeah,
A
yeah.
little too
And he
much.
wasn't able to fix it.
I gotta wonder how the battles would have swayed a different way if the wind was blowing in a different direction. Because
Yeah.
remember, take into account the way how the drivers were going through the course and the way how the wind was blowing. It pretty much set themselves up for a trap because all that smoke that they just created just coming towards them.
See,
going towards the finish
with our
line.
twister truck, we could solve all this problem.
I can just sit in the middle and just twisters. Suck it all
Yeah.
up.
There we go. It's a dual solution.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it sort of adds to the complexity of it because essentially for the most part, like the track layout isn't too complex. It isn't too
very
overly
simple.
difficult.
Very, very simple.
And it makes it, for the most part, pretty simple for the drivers to be able to go through it. So to see something like that perhaps isn't what many expected, that adds complexity to it, I think that makes it exciting. And maybe it wasn't so apparent to many people, but it definitely was when I seeing what Dirk Strand went through, and then some of the other drivers going through similar kind of issues, like Ryan Acevedo, like how I mentioned already. Although
Well-
his was a little different.
Yeah, but no, and also how the track conditions affect the drivers, and you see it over and over again. When the track is hot, they're trying to find grip, and as soon as the sun sets, they're falling way shallow. Well, not way shallow, but they're falling obviously more shallow than they previously were.
Yeah.
Right, so the guys that were running on that wall on the first outer zone when the sun was up, when the sun set and track cooled down, they were maybe now 3 or 4 feet off the wall.
Well, I'm glad you bring this up because it just reminded me of a moment, and I want to just give a shout out to the judges for this because during qualifying, I would say towards the beginning of it, the judges noticed that a good portion of the drivers were really struggling with the first turn, and they were starting to wonder, was there oil or something on the track that was causing them to go off pretty wildly?
Right.
And they stopped the qualifying session just so that way they could send somebody out to inspect the area
Oh.
and assess the situation. So that way then they could go ahead and make adjustments. Okay. And I don't think I don't think I've heard of many other sort of competitions or series or whatever you want to call it that would have, judges do go to that extent. Because, I mean, some of them would probably be like, oh, that's great, let's just keep running them through. Or like, why even bother going through this inspection process when it's like, well, let's just keep running them and see, just make it happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a good event. Good time. I think overall, like Paul said, definitely seemed like there's more spectators. It's always a packed house every time I've been there. Mm-hmm. I thought it was interesting to hear Chad over the microphone talk about how when they first started LS Fest, there were more staff members than actual cars, right? I think that's interesting to see how LS Fest has evolved. And I think that's only one thing that would make me want an LS is to be able to drift event like that or go to an event like that. Mm-hmm. But I'm going to go in. They did me like an inline 6 fest. Straight 6.
Just put a 3D printed cover to go over the.
Oh yeah,
over the
yeah,
just,
put a
yeah. It's an LS.
Yeah,
of course
it's an LS. Well, there was a car that had like a Ford engine.
Yeah,
in
it was a Ford engine. I don't know what that's
He
about.
was
what?
He was an
Yeah,
infiltrator.
There was a stock car with a Ford engine in it. I don't know if that's like I don't know much about Ford engines. Is that specific Ford engine really close to it?
Wait, are you talking about the NASCAR in the burnout contest?
No, there was another one. There was another stock car.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was in the autocross pits.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah, it was in the autocross pits.
And again, we missed the off-road course.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I think Diane saw it. She went to go watch.
She went over there. She got to check it out.
We didn't get to watch.
Yeah, it was. Well, just talking about the competition, I think the competition was great, especially how it was handled and how everything went through. Definitely happy for all the drivers. Kind of sucks for Jake Wise because he would have been one of the few to win the 2 LS Fest events
In a row.
for
I
the
didn't
year.
think about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he wasn't at Vegas.
No, he wasn't in Vegas.
So he took first place in Texas and second place in Bowling Green.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
And then Dirk, third place. I mean, I feel for him because it's like last 2 years, number 1 qualifier. He was like the favorite to win, and then it's just things happen, and then he got on the podium, that's for sure. But it's not the result that I'm sure he wanted to get.
Yeah, because he broke, and then was it Derek Carter that broke? Who was it? Who
Derek
else?
Madison.
Derek Madison that broke, and they gave Dirk Stratton the third place because he qualified higher. But I have to say though, I liked the way Dirk Stratton's car looked before. Not a fan of the new livery.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Huh.
Yeah, neither am I.
yeah,
Yeah.
It's just I really liked the way his car, like it just, and I don't, it probably didn't really change it too much, right? But it was just something about it. That was my favorite one. I really enjoyed it. I like Kevin Gorky's car. I think that's a pretty good looking car, but still Dirk Stratton's was my favorite looking, and now I'm just like, I'm sorry, Dirk. You lost me.
I mean, you don't have that.
you
You
know
don't have the
what?
graphic on the side anymore. So
Well, even the color's a little different.
we've done the whole
It was
livery.
bright. Yeah, it's everything. But
livery's
I did
different.
find it interesting. One thing I will say that I didn't realize that there was a Corvette Drift Car Haters Club.
Oh yeah.
JJ Alfano.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he said
okay.
you win a hat if you post
That was funny.
tag him in a video saying you hate Corvette drift cars.
Yeah.
thought that was very interesting.
Supposedly, Gabby was saying that Gabby mistakenly called his car something
A Camaro.
Camaro, and he
Yeah.
was like, "Oh!" don't like
He's very
this."
passionate about
Yeah,
this
yeah,
car.
yeah.
Yeah, it's weird though. You see when he come around and you going into the final outer zone, the front goes. You ever seen it?
No, what? No?
Watch the whole front shakes like
Maybe
that.
it's the power steering.
No, the whole front of the car like you're falling asleep. Look at you.
What?
You're not gonna make it home.
No, no.
Yeah, you're off.
You're
I'm
off.
fine.
What's wrong with you?
What?
Oh,
Just
but the
move
whole
on.
car goes. I gotta find it. But yeah, I thought it was weird. I'm like, look at it, it's like, because this is a different style frame, right? The way those older cars are made.
I
Oh, they're
have
not
no idea.
unibody. They're
Right.
frame. They're body on frame.
Right. So
Like a
maybe-
truck.
Is that why?
I have no
Front
idea.
Shakes? I don't know. Looks like the car's gonna break in half.
Mm.
But
It's doing the Harlem Shake.
yeah, yeah. Actually, more like the truffle shuffle.
Truffle
Oh,
shuffle.
truffle shuffle. Okay. Yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, shout out to Connor O'Sully.
Yes.
First
Yeah,
time
good.
out there at Ellis Fest and took home the win.
It's crazy just to think about him at Clutch Kickers. What was it, 3 years ago? 3
Yeah.
years ago. 3 years ago. So like, oh, this is my first competition, 6th event in the car.
Yeah.
And all the way now, he's got his freaking pro spec license.
Mm-hmm.
He's like doing great at this event. And it's like, geez,
And he hasn't changed. He's still the same.
he's still the same,
Same
nice,
cool guy.
very
Nice guy. Yeah,
nice,
very down to earth. So
down to earth kid.
yeah,
Yeah,
That changes people.
Yeah.
I've seen it change
What's
people.
funny is I think to tell you guys this, but I got to catch up with him for a
Oh,
quick
yeah?
moment. Was it Saturday or Sunday? I think it was Saturday. And he one of the things he mentioned is that he still looks back at the first interview that he
Oh,
did
really?
with us.
Oh yeah.
And he's like, man, it's just a scrawny little kid and all this stuff. And I was just like, oh
That
my
was
gosh.
2 years ago.
Scrawny little kid. Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so
And he actually let Jonathan Aaron use his other car. I mean,
Yeah, that's nice.
that was pretty cool. So Jonathan didn't have to bow at a competition. He had another vehicle he could use,
yeah.
right? And the car was ripping. I mean,
And made contact. So drove it like he stole
drove-
it.
Oh,
yeah, yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah. Right. He wasn't shy. And I think I really think if Aaron had his car, I think he would definitely have been the top 3.
Oh,
If not,
yeah,
I think
no.
I think
Oh,
he
he
would. I
probably
think he would
would've
have. I think he would have won it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd agree.
So
But who knows?
you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, maybe next year.
Maybe next year.
So you're aside from the competition, we've already spoken in detail about how all of that went, and it was great and all. But the overall production of it, the production side of things, like on our end.
I thought it went well. I think that production side, the car graphics, I think we need to save those. So most of the guys don't change their cars, their liveries.
All of them
I think we
do.
could save,
All of them do.
change the livery from year to year.
Yeah.
No, they don't. All of them change their
lot of
livery
them do.
every year from year to year.
Well, there's a
Dirk
lot of
Stratton
them
had the same
change.
livery since Clutch Kickers.
No, he's changed certain things on him. I think you just need to redo the photos every time, so I don't know.
Yeah, well, you need to move faster then.
It's not. It wasn't his fault.
So I had
It
a lot
was
of,
not
I had
his
a
You
lot-
fault.
sticking up for him?
Yeah,
I
of
had-
course
I had
I'm
a
gonna
lot of-
stick
I
up
had
with
a lot
him.
of things going
Dude, you
against
don't
it.
understand. Like he actually, I gotta commend Paul for this event because the things that he did to make it happen. I mean, he didn't really have to do a lot of the things, but he decided to do it.
Like
and
going
I commend
in
him
between
for him.
the wing and the wheels. And,
No. Hang on. There was a situation that it's like, and I hats off to him for just wanting to get things right. If it was anybody else, he would have just been like, "That's it. It's good enough. Just publish it." But no, he stopped. He told himself, he's like, "I don't like it," and he went back over to the booth to get it, rework it, and worked it enough to be able to be like, "Okay, I'm happy with this," and he sent it out, and great work.
we're talking about the
Well, that-
on-screen car graphics is what we're talking
Well,
about.
the thing that killed me is that my computer was crashing every minute on the minute.
Yeah.
So it was like, oh god, that was a pain. And then like I couldn't find a decent app on iPad to just simply, just erase the silhouette of a car. It's like, geez, all I need is Photoshop and the Magic Erase tool
Well, Photoshop and a working computer.
and a working computer. But I mean, I thought I could do it with the iPad, but it's like I was trying multiple iPad apps and just gave up.
Yeah.
So I went back to Windows and using their tool, and it's like, God, man, just crash. I must have did the same car like 20 times. Just like and I started like saving intervals so that way I can come back and finish this part of the car, then this part of the car. It was crazy.
No,
It was from Friday morning all the way till Saturday up to the top 16.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
It was crazy.
But no, as far as production, I think the on-screen graphics look good. I think all the transitions look good. I thought we communicated well as far as like when maybe to throw a commercial on.
Yeah,
when it comes
I
back.
was worried about that because this is actually this is it the second time that the second time we're like so disconnected from one another because usually we're like in arm's reach amongst one
In the
another
same
to
room,
be able
yeah.
to be able to see like, okay, well, you got to do this, got to do that, so on and so forth. But this time around it's like completely separate rooms, and I was just like, is this gonna work? And luckily it did.
Yeah, were you getting my text when I was saying commercial?
Yeah, but I
Or are you
did
listening to me more on the mic?
a bit of both.
Okay. Yeah.
I would say a bit of both. But it was one of those things where like the connection there is just so bad that I didn't know if it was immediate.
Yeah, I got you. There
And
was a
that's where
delay.
like I was just like, let me find out what's going on.
Yeah. No, I think watching it, and I rewatched not the whole thing, but I skimmed through it. It didn't seem like we were in miscommunication, right? Like we kind of knew you would run over, and we kind of, I think we're on the same wavelength. It was just more getting that confirmation.
Right.
That we're both on the same page.
Yeah.
Even though we were, you still want that confirmation. And then going into commercials, coming out of commercials, I think everything was pretty good. I think there were some times that what makes it hard about the production is you're showing the replay, and I think there was one time where we just finished the replay and Nick's dropping his hands down.
Yeah, there was a
couple times I think it was like really close.
Yeah, for sure.
So I think, I don't know. I mean, you want to show the replay for the audience that's watching at home, but then it's like almost sometimes you may have to just come out of the replay a little sooner.
Right.
But that's
I could understand from the judge's point of view where it's like when it's something obvious, like somebody spinning out,
Right.
or
Yeah,
somebody,
yeah.
and then they're already kind of like gotten the cars out of the way. They have the next pair lined up, ready to go. So it's like, okay, I can understand
right.
wanting to just cut the replay short just to be able to go to the next thing. But I get you. Also, your point too is that maybe somebody is just tuning in for the first time and they're seeing the replay for the first time and they're like, okay, what's happening? But then all of a sudden it just gets cut short. And
No, I agree. I mean, I ideally I'd like to play the whole replay,
yeah.
but like because they're going so fast sometimes, it's like I see the pressure you must feel. They're like, come on, hurry up, and you're trying to get their screen graphics on and
Yeah.
But the good thing is when they go back around, if you didn't get it the first time, you can show the graphics. But I thought the graphics came up good. I think the information that was there was spot on. It was a good comparison. What tire they're using, how much horsepower. I think that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to tweak one of your sheets. I don't know if you noticed that yet.
What?
I tweaked one of your Google sheets.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
Oh, gosh.
yeah, the driver information sheet. I tweaked it quite a bit.
Yeah,
Well, I worry whenever he starts to fiddle
Well,
around with.
because he was trying to get me the information on that.
both
those-
guys.
Oh.
You didn't give
Okay.
him.
All right. Yeah. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. So I don't want to get it too much into it, but that's fine because it's separate.
Yeah.
But that's fine. It doesn't affect me.
I think the only thing I would say that we could improve on is we got to fix the audio. The track audio is still poor.
Yeah,
Car,
I would say the audio.
car noises.
I think there were sometimes
Yeah.
where the car was
Sometimes you
way
can't
too
even hear
loud.
it.
You couldn't hear me talk.
Sometimes you couldn't even hear the car. Or sometimes where you just hear the drag strip talking louder than Tim. Like you can hear I watched some and it was like I could hear the drag strip talking
Yeah.
and loud. So we got to figure out how to best manage that.
Yeah. I already have some ideas that I just gotta like take the time to kind of like work on it.
You almost need
forth.
like just a dedicated
Yeah.
mic that goes on.
No, you
Or you
need
just say,
somebody.
no.
You need multiple mics and somebody needs to mix it while it's going.
Yeah.
Yes, what you really
The
need.
thing is, like,
yeah,
You need somebody dedicated to audio, just sitting there mixing the audio.
yeah.
so that's part of the problem
And
is that
monitoring
we're
the audio.
doing
You're doing,
like
You're doing,
okay.
you're
Well,
doing 5 people's jobs.
yeah.
yes.
You're the orchestrator. You're the video editor. You're the replay man. You're the
Yes.
graphic artist.
So when you think about trying to find an extra person that knows how to do some of this stuff to help ease your burden
well, that's
that you could trust
probably that's part of the problem is who can I trust
and work with.
and who's going to be able to handle the workflow and so forth and be up to speed, because that's the other problem is that these guys go so fast that is like you know
have to be able to
you
think
got to be
quick.
able to keep up and handle everything. I mean, every time I think I have it like figured out, it's just like you know it's a bit of a problem. But
Why don't you do the sound stuff? Well, you're doing drone stuff.
All right, that was this time. I mean, I can do audio stuff next time.
Maybe you could do the audio stuff. Help
Work
you with
on the
that.
audio.
You can work on the screen graphics and the audio. And then you gotta give me a crash course on how to set up my screen, and then I can handle that myself. Because a lot of times I was using my Excel sheet. I was reorganizing an Excel sheet to match the battles, so that way I could just, instead of reading off that, sometimes I was just going across it and pulling out some of the information. But
yeah.
with Excel, it sucks as to try to use it as a pool of information when you're trying to announce, because you can't get all the information quickly. Or
You
like,
need to have that driver info sheet that
Yeah.
you pick off the driver.
Well, the thing
Yeah.
is, you have an Excel wizard right
Yeah.
there.
well, that's
Well,
what I'm
I
saying.
mean,
all
fixed
he
it.
needs to do is just
I
come up with
fixed
a
it for
formula,
him.
and that's it.
I did.
But I need to know how to do that, right? So you don't have to do it for me.
Well, that's what Paul was doing.
He wasn't showing me how he was just doing it. He didn't show me how he got the two screens side by
I
side.
would have
He's
threw
like,
you off the. I would have threw you out of the tower if I had to show you.
exactly.
It was like, why?
But that's what I'm saying. I need to figure that out for myself, so that way I can handle the driver information.
Right.
So you don't have to worry about that. And he doesn't have to worry about that. The only thing
You
I
just need to once the
I need to not kill people's dogs either.
Oh god.
Yeah, seriously. What?
what's
Never
that
mind.
shit
I don't even want to mention that.
You know, I miss my brother.
What?
Oh, I get it. I get it. I get it.
I'm dead. You just killed me off. You
Yeah.
just killed me off. Oh man.
That's just crazy. In regards to the production, it's like I've already said it a couple of times already. It's it wasn't perfect, but for the most part, we
No,
hit
I thought it was great.
we hit the majority of the marks that we wanted to do,
Lot of views.
and we dealt with a lot of variables that some of it was sort of like some of it was unforeseen, and others was foreseen, and just dealt with it and worked with it, and we gotta. I mean, I can't take credit for all of it. I definitely won't. I'll never do that. And I appreciate Tim, Paul, Gabby, and everybody else that's part of the crew to just make this happen. Because yes, I understand we're a small team and we're doing
Five
all
of
of
us.
these different things.
Five
Diane.
people, and that
Two-
includes
yeah.
I can't forget Diane. You didn't mention Diane. Shame on you.
Yeah.
I know she probably doesn't want her name mentioned, but whatever. So 5 of us, and I'm announcing. So in reality, it's being run by 4 people. And Gabby doesn't do anything but hold a camera. So really, it's 3 people. He's expendable.
You know,
I'm just kidding.
he's chatting with all the media guys. Hey, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, what kind of camera you got?
Yeah, man. Oh, yeah, bro. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah,
like your lens.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Let
give
me
me your
hold it.
card. Oh, you got a card? Oh, yeah.
I want to rub it.
I have a 350Z.
He's just trying to make those
Sounds
connections
amazing.
so that way when he goes to an event and sees those
take
media
pictures
guys,
of
he's
them,
like, "Hey, remember me?
Yeah,
I'm the
take-
guy now with the 350Z."
Yeah, exactly. That's
Yeah.
exactly what he does.
Trying to get a street cred.
Trying to get pictures. No, he's trying to get
No,
pictures.
media cred.
Trying to get media.
Trying to get media cred. So that way he's like, "Oh, he's one of us.
Yeah. Yes,
we'll take pictures of
Let's
him.
back
He's
him up."
media boy.
Yeah. Oh, hey, there's nothing wrong with that. That's that's how you network.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyhow, point being, really like run of show for people running that live stream.
It's crazy, but you know,
We make it work, especially with at the pace we got to go.
yeah.
That makes it even more difficult. But I think it's good because I like it. I think it flows
Picture
good.
quality in the zoom on those cameras was great.
Yeah.
Oh, buddy. You understand? I kind of
You
told.
you got spoiled.
Yeah, I kind of told myself afterwards. I was like,
Shouldn't
I
have
made
done
a
that.
huge
Yeah,
mistake.
because the guy that had the cone, he's like, "Thanks for getting in 4K."
Yeah.
Yeah,
Michael.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Michael.
Michael.
Yeah.
Yeah, Michael. Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's just working those cameras afterwards. I was just like, gosh,
Oh.
why did I do this?
Yeah. You took the wrong
Yeah,
step.
you just raise the bar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens, but may have to make some considerable investments for next year. I'll say that.
More views than ever.
Yeah,
Right,
for
almost
sure.
40,000 between Facebook and our YouTube.
Yeah.
So
That's
well,
good.
then that's actually just the top 16 was 40. I mean, if you
Yeah, you
count,
put everything together, you're over 100,000.
yeah. So that's pretty good.
Yeah. And to add that, we still kept streaming on the Facebook side for the burnout competition.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which I would encourage you to check out the very end of the burnout competition. I think it was pretty exciting.
Yeah. If you go on Holly's Facebook page, you should be able to find it and see towards the end what Tim is talking about. Because, sure, some of the other action is some of it was not
exciting, but-
worthy of a view, and others was just like, ugh. But at towards the end, it's just kind of it went off script. I'll say
Oh,
that.
totally off script.
Yeah.
Yep. People were upset. You know, adrenaline was pumping, and it was fun to watch. And the crowd was fun, and the way they interact. Crowd was great. I mean, that's one thing. If anybody that followed us from the event, thank you. Anybody that watched, thank you. But if you were there live, absolutely best crowd. Absolutely the best. Texas is good too.
Oh, you had
But-
fun
but-
in Texas.
oh, I had a great time at Texas. What's good about Texas is I'm right in front of the crowd,
Right.
so it gives me more chance to kind of interact with them. But the crowd here is pretty good. I had a lot of people looking in
The booth.
the booth window. I don't know if they were looking on your side or no.
I wasn't paying
They
attention.
were looking on our side, so it
Yeah.
was pretty
They
cool.
put their hands up. They were
Yeah,
saying
hands
bye.
up, bye, and,
Yeah, it was doing
and we're like,
things.
yeah, you know, it was interactive. Yeah, it's
very
good.
interactive.
And I don't know how well Gabby or Diane could hear, because I was trying to get them to chant and hoot and holler and stuff. And I couldn't really gauge how much they were
Impact
interacting,
you get, right.
how much impact
Right.
I was having on getting the crowd excited. So I don't know. Nick Swan, I mean, he probably wouldn't have heard him anyways where he was at.
I don't think the speakers went all the way over
No,
there.
but I mean, the crowd.
Oh, yeah, probably. If you got them rowdy enough, probably.
Yeah.
It did concern me a bit when you told them to
Yeah,
stomp their
on the
feet.
floor. It's like, oh God, here come down the sky.
Oh, it's all coming down. Well, those are metal bleachers, aren't they? It's the staircase that we're in. That's wood.
True. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just know that Paul had OSHA on speed dial.
Yeah. That. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, how
Yeah,
much
it was
longer are
like-
those stairs going to be there?
Maybe we'll find out for Ford Fest.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll find out.
Nails pulling out.
Oh,
Yeah.
man, it was bad. Yeah. My wife was like, "Oh, she wouldn't. She'd skip over the last step."
Yeah. Going back, what was your overall take for LS Fest this year? I mean, we've had a lot of struggles, a lot of positives and negatives, a lot of highlights, and I mean, I was just thinking back how, yeah, Bowling Green was the biggest and baddest and greatest LS Fest of the year. But for me, it was just perhaps the most stressful.
Oh yeah, well you had a lot of weighing on you.
Yeah. And it was just crazy just even stepping out to kind of like, it was even weird just stepping out of the booth because I felt like I was just stuck inside that booth throughout the whole weekend. But Vegas was just different in its own way, along with Texas and so forth. But what was your guys like now that the whole season is over? What's your take on how the season went?
Why don't you go first?
So I have a unique perspective. Vegas, Vegas, I thought it went really well. Texas, I don't remember much. I don't remember much.
We went to Texas.
We went to Texas. I don't remember much of Texas. I remember waking up, and that's about it. The last round. I mean, I thought it was great. I mean, you couldn't ask for more. So it really went out with a bang. I think. I think I think Las Vegas was weird with the rain and
And
cold weather.
Yeah, and the
It was-
weather. Yeah.
It was weird. And then Texas was cool. I like Texas. I love that freaking the Jumbotron was
Yeah,
that was awesome.
the crown jewel.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was awesome, but nothing takes a cake like Kentucky. So I would say
If we have a
Kentucky.
Jumbotron in Kentucky,
Yeah, if
Oh,
we
boy.
could have a Jumbotron in Kentucky, that would just like, oh my god,
forget it.
this thing is the freaking best.
I think
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. They could put a Jumbotron right on the bridge.
Yeah, right.
Right
Yeah.
on the bridge
Right on
would
the
be
bridge there.
perfect.
I wonder how many zip ties it's going to take to hold that thing up.
We can figure it out.
Yeah.
Some ratchet straps. My take on the LS Fest series this year, seeing that this would be, I think, the first time that Drift Sessions has been hired to do a full season of, to cover, a full season of an event. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
That each track being its own unique canvas to be able to capture the action. I think we work really well together to try to make sure everybody's on the same page. We focus on the drivers, and at least on my end, I primarily focus on the drivers, trying to make sure I'm able to communicate what they want communicated, and that we are primarily there, one, obviously for the spectators, but I really think, and I think you guys agree, that one of the biggest drivers for me, at least to announce, is to be able to share the experience with those friends and family that couldn't make it
Okay.
by giving them an opportunity to watch their loved ones or root their family members on, being able to communicate certain things that drivers are going on in their life, right? And it's being there for the drivers, because we're all drivers, and not getting this, I don't know, just not getting sidetracked with all the other stuff. You know, even though we're busy, we're still trying to stay focused on accomplishing our goal to put out a quality live stream, and also make sure the drivers are supported. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I think being able to go 3 different events: Vegas, dealing with whatever we had to deal with there; Texas, working around a big track like that and trying to figure out all logistics, and then finally LS Fest East, where it really all comes together. And I think you can watch that and see the progress from Vegas to Kentucky, how it grew. So
Yeah. I mean, just to, like, for me, one of the things that stands out is just the progression of it all. Where we've been at it for the 3 years now, give or take, 3.5, well, 2.5.
doing our own live streams,
No, just a part of LS Fest.
LS Fest, 2.5.
Yeah, it's
Well,
something
not
like
even,
that.
like,
Or
'cause we
2 or
only did
3
the-
quarters.
Well, we only did the first year.
We did Kentucky.
We only did Kentucky.
Yeah.
So it's been just 2 years in one event. So yeah, 2 1/3.
Yeah. So whatever. Yeah. But
7 events in total.
so yeah, just to see the progression of it and the growth, and just sort of trying to, and it's just like you mentioned, like it seems like as our production has grown, we've had to take on new challenges to be able to sort of figure out, okay, how are we gonna go to this new venue? I mean, well, not necessarily a new venue, but perhaps like how are we going to be able to accomplish a bigger production on these other venues that we've been to before? Because we need to be able to sort of like sort everything out. Usually at the time that we're there, we only have like a day or two to be able to get that together. And I think it's just a testament to our team and how everybody's willing to lend a hand and to be able to sort of be that support of just trying to figure out, it's like, okay, well, if you're struggling here, let me help you out. Or if you need help with this, let me help you out. I mean, it's just, Paul just taking it upon himself to just go and take the photos of all of the drivers and their cars and the headshots, editing it, and putting it all together, just to be for me to be able to actually just grab that and put it all together. I'm telling you, it's just been it's invaluable, just the amount of work that he's put into it in every round, and to make that happen. You just going around, just getting to know the drivers, getting any extra bit of information, whether it's wrong or something, with a certain detail, or just helping just to, in particular, just sometimes just figuring out like how to lay down the cables or where to place them, and testing out just distances and ranges and things, and even like you take it, like for instance, Texas, you take it upon yourself to just figure out the audio situation, because that was a whole separate matter just to kind of work that out. And everybody else just, with the cameras and the placement and just them knowing, it's like, okay, I trust you enough to be able to follow the cars, know what you got to do, and then just, when it's time to go, then just kind of like, okay, pack up and all that. So it's that's why I'm saying, like, it's been a lot of challenges, but at the same time, it's challenges that we've been able to overcome because of the not only the know-how, but just the kind of like the perseverance of everybody to just know, like, okay, well, everybody has just a goal in mind to be able to put out the best production possible, considering how small of a team we are. And I'm like, I am definitely forever grateful for everybody for what they've been able to do and accomplish, because it's definitely not easy.
No, it's not easy.
Far.
But it's a labor of love.
Oh, for
right?
sure.
Like it's work, but I enjoy it.
Yeah,
I think it's crazy what you have done with just such a small amount of resources. So I think the stream that we put out there rivals some pro streams, and it's operating on not even a tenth of the budget,
Right.
and without maybe
tenth of the staff.
tenth of the staff, and it's insane. It's insane, really.
Yeah.
So,
Well, we'll see what next year brings.
yeah.
oh, for sure.
We'll be doing more of this, or who knows, right? We've seen it from year to year. We started
Clutch kickers.
with the phone call to Mike Castleberry. Well, first a conversation between me and Ben, and then a phone call to Michael Castleberry about, hey, here's some the live streams that we're doing at Chris
PBIR.
Jackson's, PBIR, Jackson's events, and sending him, hey, this is, we announce and we can do this, and not doing the live stream, right, but just doing the announce. Well, actually, you were very key in helping with the live stream.
Yeah.
Which kind of got drafted in the last minute. But from just a phone call to Mike Castleberry to working with Clutch Kickers, going to the Freedom Factory, having to work in conjunction with Cletus's crew and Prime, Project Prime, and then learning how they do things, and you kind of like seeing how they do things and learning along the way to be able to come to LS Fest East in 2024 and put, which I would say was our best production. And also, of course, we also did the first round of U.S. Drift Circuit years ago, right?
Oh yeah, God, that seems so.
Keep
forgetting about that.
It's like 27,000 views or something like that.
Sheesh.
That's the only one.
Oh yeah,
That's the only one that has a lot of
the
views.
season that we actually live streamed.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
It was only one round.
It was only one round.
It was only one
I thought
round.
it was a season.
No, sir.
We opted out.
Oh,
We opted out of that.
Oh yeah, we did the only one that actually had a booth.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, only had a booth, but not only that, it was
It was the only one with the booth.
only one with a booth, and it still has the highest numbers.
Yeah.
So, not to toot our own horn, but long story short, from a phone call to Michael Castleberry, starting just announcing only with Clutch Kickers, to full-on live stream being hired this season of LS Fest. And I think with LS Fest East being our best production yet, I'm excited to see what next year will bring.
Yeah, I can't wait. No, I'm sorry. I'm just sorry. I got distracted with your banners, and I'm just thinking about I'm already. That's the thing. I'm already thinking about next year, and I'm already like once kind of East kind of finished, and I kind of took a day or two to de-stress. I was already thinking about like, okay, what I got to fix, what I got to do, what I got to get, and how do we start already preparing for next year?
You know, the only thing that I could say that I would really like to see for next year is a dedicated drone pilot.
Oh, well, we got Paul for that.
Well, you know, not so much.
I will admit.
I mean, unless you continue training, then yes.
Continue training.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not.
Hang on. I will admit, when he took off for the first time, I freaked out. Like, I ducked down like to the floor because it was just like.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. Yeah, I was like, whoa. Okay, yeah.
I mean,
That's bad.
you know, maybe he is for next season a dedicated drone pilot, but that's going to be on him to. He has time,
Yeah, a whole year.
a whole year, that he'll wait till the last minute.
It's like,
crap. That's next week. Oh man.
That's what happened.
But anyhow, that you know, that would be good.
Yeah. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
But most importantly, we want to thank all of the viewers who tuned in. That was just, like Tim mentioned, a labor of love of just trying to put out the best production possible for everyone to enjoy. And hopefully you guys did, because it's not only a matter of just trying to, like Tim was saying, like get all his information out, but also being able to put out a production and entertainment value for those that couldn't make it, and also for some who actually were there. I think there was like a comment of people mentioning it's like, oh, we're there, and it's great to be able to rewatch it again.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of people that were saying, "I'm here live now." It's like, and also on the stream.
Yeah. So yeah, that's good to see, and we appreciate everybody who sent their feedback from drivers and spectators and anybody who tuned in, and just be aware that we're just trying to do more and trying to do better, plain and simple.
Yeah.
We're aware of the little issues that we have. I mean, we've brought it up already, like for instance the audio, but it's just duly noted, and hoping to get that all sorted out for the next stream that we do.
Yeah.
What's next for us is Ford Fest, which is happening at the end of the month.
2 weeks.
2 weeks?
26th, I think, right?
2 weeks.
Yeah, 26th through the 29th.
Yeah.
Hang on,
Yeah,
let me go
26th
ahead
through
and
29th.
pull this up so that way everybody can go ahead and take a look.
And so we're gonna live stream that. This is not a competition, and it's not a actual live stream production. So keep that in mind if you tune in.
Yeah.
This is just gonna be me talking. There's no competition, so it's a little harder as an announcer to announce a non-competition.
Yeah. We kind of had to take the role of Chad when he's out trying to announce the autocross.
Yeah.
So he'll chime in every once in a while, but it's a whole different vibe.
Yeah. So I apologize in advance for whatever I'm going to say, because I'm going to be looking for stuff to say, because that's what I'm there for, is to find stuff to say. But the advantage is Ben will be able to join me.
Hey.
So I won't be
Hey-o.
alone, right?
Yeah, I'll be
Right?
up there.
Right.
I'll be up there on the mic and just messing around. And yeah, Justin Bauer.
Justin Bauer.
Justin
oh,
Bauer.
yeah.
Yeah, is that Justin Bauer?
Justin Bauer? What are you talking about?
I don't know. It's just Justin Bauer. Another car with Justin Bauer.
Okay. Justin Bauer.
Justin Bauer.
There's something I should know this, but I don't.
All right. Don't worry about it. Yeah, so as we were mentioning, September 26th to the 19th, Ford Fest. There's already, obviously, RTR is going to be there. Ben Hobson is going to be there. Von Gitten is going to be there. So it's, huh?
Yeah, Chelsea will be there.
Will he? I don't know. I know for sure Ben Hobson. I mean, I asked him
Well, that's
personally,
true.
and he
That's
said,
right. Yeah, I don't know if Chelsea will be there.
yeah, who knows?
It was good to see Chelsea, though.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, you know, he always makes sure he finds us and says hello.
Oh, he did?
Yeah. Well, he didn't come to find me, but he didn't zoom past me, right? Like a lot of other people do.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
he's like, hey man, what's up? And you know. So,
Oh, cool.
Yeah, he's still the same guy he was back in the day. So that's always good to see.
Yeah. Yeah, like I mentioned, I don't even know what we're gonna do for this event, but stay tuned.
I would like to meet up with Scotty D and see if we can get over to his shop.
Oh yeah,
We talked about that.
yeah.
Going to
yeah.
his shop and doing an episode at his shop. But I don't know how feasible that is.
I
Probably not, right? We'll talk about that later.
yeah, we'll talk about that after.
Okay. Might be a little
Um,
too much in a shorter time.
yeah, it will be. So before I go ahead and wrap things up, because I just want to highlight comments because Lychee Monster Media actually has a lot to say. Let's see. Some people had former. Oh yeah, I mentioned that already. Could go for some Costco chicken min run. I can't say I blame him.
Glizzy Gobbler.
Oh,
I made a video. Gotta check it out. Glizzy
God.
Gobbler.
no.
It's so good.
He was at the last
Glizzy.
zone by the NASCAR door and I made the mistake of forgetting my earplugs when Hurst came by.
Ooh, yeah. Hers
Oh,
was
yeah.
pretty rough, yeah.
It broke my heart when Alejandro crashed. I have footage of it from above on the bank. I donate footage and B-roll from this event for the next live stream if it makes breaks and intermission better. Felt like the oil spill was the longest delay. Maybe my perspective is skewed. People want to be like JTP at OSW and set oil down distance record. Okay, all right.
That's the throwback.
Oh yeah, it is. We gotta see like who has the record for the longest,
Longest oil
spill.
streak.
Yeah, we gotta keep track of that.
Yeah,
That's good. Let's see. Bless you all for the commercial hitting and hiding me throwing up at my media spot during practice. Oh boy, I never had so many people interact with me as a media person before. I was able to lend a GoPro around the fans at the bank. They actually returned it at the end of the comp. And bridge was sketch.
Bridge was sketchy.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
bridge
super
was
sketchy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he did. Did he make it up to the tower?
I'm guessing he did.
Oh, well.
If he went
That's right. Yeah.
went through that.
Yeah, the bridge is sketchy because everybody's like this too, and it's like trying to wait in line to get on the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh well.
good deal.
Indeed. Okay. 2 weeks from now, Tim.
Sorry, yes.
2 weeks.
2 weeks from
No,
now we'll
that's
be there.
right. Exactly.
We'll be there.
So you have to do it up there.
Yeah, or we could just do something. We can go live, but it won't be like this kind of thing. Maybe
Yeah.
we'll go live from the pits or something, and just walk around the pits and do a live stream.
Yeah.
What did you do last time? You did a show from the room.
We did, but that was I don't know.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah, well,
Look, I'm very look after what we just did at LS Fest. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to take it easy.
Take it easy.
yeah.
All right, just trying to take it easy.
Take
Okay.
it easy.
So either way, whatever we decide, we'll post it up. We'll let you guys know. Until then, thank you for tuning in, and we'll catch you next time. Take care and good night.